Congratulations.
Bucci. Jucci.
I don't think we're in Canada anymore, Zelda. The tornado sucked all the calm out of Jay.
Is that what happened? How is everybody doing today? Appreciate you guys. How is everybody? It did. Astro Zombie, thank you for the donation. I appreciate the way you look and the way you smell in Florida. You smell good in Florida. Shout out to Evan as well. Appreciate you tuning in. The title of this video is For Real. If you guys watched the stream earlier while Jonas and I walked around the town and I said, later there's supposed to be tornado warnings. Little did we know that there was 2 official tornadoes that have touched down, that they've come out and said that there was 2 tornadoes that touched down. And for whatever reason, I didn't think about recording it. So there's footage. I've got footage of what we were through. I didn't personally record it. So if you're just tuning in, yesterday...
Florida gives you permanent swamp ass. Smell me.
Cream. Oh.
Listen, I'm going to come to your house and smell your fucking dick. I don't know if that's good. Thank you, Astro. So... a tornado touchdown on top of us yesterday. Legitimately. I have the craziest story you'll ever hear in your life. How many of you have ever been near a tornado, heard a tornado, felt the power of a tornado wind? Let me know in the chat. Because what happened to us yesterday not only scared the shit out of me, but it actually showed me how powerful a tornado can be. And this wasn't even like an F1. It was the beginning of a tornado that touched down after it hit St. Thomas. Carl, appreciate it. You ever been? Oh, my God. Astro says, once I was in there, rare in Long Island. Yeah, absolutely. You guys don't want them. Left Control says, I've been in 2 tornadoes. Listen.
Congratulations.
Goddamn show
Congratulations.
off.
Congratulations.
Showing off. Raymond says we get hurricanes where he is. Those are bad. Dan, how are you, my friend? Dan, you were up the road from us. I'm surprised you didn't feel the power of this thing, because it was bad. It got really bad. So we'll wait for some more people to get a shin here, and then we'll talk about it. Hurricanes suck. Never. Well, I think I've experienced the hurricane a little bit, but not really. Here we go.
Did you ride the tornado like a bucking bronco?
Here we go. I've been waiting for the trolls to get in here. Yes.
When I was 11, we had 4 hurricanes in a row.
4 hurricanes in a row. Sorry, I fixed the lights there. Raw Dakota, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Thanks to your support, I'm alive right now. I'll explain in a second. Astro Zombie, thank you. When you were 11, you had 4 hurricanes in a row. Dude. So I don't know how many people have experienced the power of a tornado or the... unless you've experienced it, just wait for this story. So it's crazy. Listen, you're fired.
Oh.
Off topic, what's your favorite Resident Evil game, Jay? I'm playing Resident Evil 4 Remake. My favorite of all time now is, I think it's the original Resident Evil 2. I go Resident Evil.
I have arrived to restart the stream.
Oh, God damn it. Guys, we got to restart the stream. Thank you. DJ, I almost died in a fucking hurricane.
Man, us. Moan, us.
I've got him ready. You see this? I've got him ready. Let's get that on camera there. He's ready to protect. So don't... Mr. Awesome, what's up, dude? End the stream.
I have arrived. End the stream.
Someone donate $500. We'll end the stream live. So how is everybody? Mr. Williamson, I see you. I appreciate you here. Thank you, Left Control Gaming. Thank you to Raymond. Thank you, Godfather. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Raw Dakota. I appreciate the support. No, I didn't ride the tornado, but it was pretty scary for a moment. Astro Zombie, nice to see you. Thank you for the support. Mr. Awesome, I appreciate you. I'm sick and my car exploded today, says One's 2 cents.
That guy's gay. Thank you.
How in the fuck does that happen back to back? How does your car explode? Listen, pick me up in your car and I'll explode in it. Thank you, Raw Dakota. I hope you're doing well. We've got 0 gifted members to help with the recovery from the tornado that almost took my life yesterday. All right, so we'll wait a little bit more. Let's wait until everyone's here to tell this story. Yes, so as you know, yesterday we took you guys to the elevated bridge in town, and that was a great stream. That was fun. We got lost in the woods, and I shit in the woods.
That guy's gay. Thank you.
I don't know why that makes me that, but as we were doing that, I knew that there were some storms coming, and I always like to... I wouldn't say the word, I wouldn't egg them on, but growing up, anytime there was a thunderstorm or anything silly of that nature or a tornado warning, I would always go to Jonas and say, we're going to die, there's a tornado, there's this and that. I could see it, the sky's changing color. I get worked up about the storms that take place around us. So yesterday, of course, during the hike stream, I knew that there was bad storms coming because they had warned us. Overnight, they had said some severe thunderstorms are coming through and some potential to have some tornadoes. So I said to myself, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the goddamn day I risk my life to go on a stream. And I did. But we didn't stream the tornadoes, so I apologize. We should have. So how many of you have been in a tornado before? I may as well start talking about this in a second here. What?
I don't know why, I've been thinking since we've been getting tornado warning lately. We've been getting once every year in my area.
Yeah, dude. Well, Dan, not to dox Dan, but Dan lives close to me as well. And it seems like the weather's getting worse. Every fucking year we get more storms. So let me start to yeah, I love this shirt too. Dan, thank you for the support. I appreciate you, by the way. It keeps getting worse and worse. So let me set up the story here. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in to listen to this story. I'm going to be talking about it for the whole stream because I've never experienced anything like this. I'm going to go into detail. So if you're tuning into the VOD, here is where the story starts. So maybe somebody could timestamp this. I'd appreciate that. Story time, guys. And also, thank you for the support. We have 0 gifted members, which means
It's
my
almost
career's
like
over.
the climate is changing.
Yeah, it's almost like something's up with the climate. It's the wrong button. This is the right button.
Oh.
So, here we go. Finn, how are you? Before I start the story, thank you to everyone that's watching the VOD. I appreciate you guys. Let me just grab my water. So, as you know, we went on that hike yesterday, and it was a fun little stream, right? Jonas was there. He's sleeping right now. He's a sleepy boy. So Jonas was there, and I had made the joke while we were on stream that there was... Hang on, I got to take some of these. SG's, dude, I hope you're okay, man. Anybody else? Anybody else have a fucking terrible story to tell about being in a goddamn tornado? Nobody? Okay, you're fired.
You're fired!
So, after we finished the stream, Jonas and I decided to walk across town. So, what I'm going to do, hang on. I'm going to show you the map here. Perfect. I'll bring that up after. Actually, I'll just show you now. So, guys, if you tuned in yesterday and you watched our incredible stream, it was incredible. We walked all the way from my house down to here. This is the elevated park. So, this is the bridge right here where we walked yesterday. We walked all the way from this area over here across town to this section right here. I have video to prove all of this stuff, of course. Here's the Wendy's. This is in a parking lot. That's Winners. If you look closely right here, there's Booster Juice. So we walked across town from down here all the way up to Booster Juice. Now, here's where it gets crazy. As we were walking back, it was obvious. It was clear as day that there was a massive storm front coming through. And Jonas and I were like, well, that's going to be an issue. But we took our time because, I didn't assume it would be as bad as it got yesterday. Now, at that same period, as we were walking towards there, I kept getting, there was 2 tornadoes that touched down. So I kept getting notifications on my phone. And everybody else in the area, except Jonas's wasn't giving us notification, but mine was. It was going off saying, it literally said this. It said there was a tornado on the ground, seek cover. So he didn't get the alert. I got the alert on my phone. Maybe because he's from Toronto and it's a different mobile section. So I start to get this notification. Oh, there's a tornado on the ground. Now, we're getting closer and closer to Booster Juice as I'm getting these notifications. And these notifications are loud, man. You hear them from, they go off on your phone, they go off on your watch, any Apple device, boom, boom, boom. It's warning you. It's like there's a tornado on the ground in this section. So,
Jay survived the nadir. Welcome to my life in Texas.
yeah, dude. So let me show you how it looked when the storm was approaching. As it was approaching, I took a photo. It's a normal little photo of clouds. It's not spectacular. But as I was in the booster juice with Ionis, I started to look outside and I was like, this is looking bad. It's looking worse and worse, and it's coming right at us. Here is video from across the road from where we were standing. I'm going to play it multiple times so you guys can see exactly what I saw. And what you're going to see in this video is very hard to explain, but when a tornado essentially is forming, there's rotation in the clouds above you. However, if it's strong enough, it's going to pick up dirt on the ground and cause rotation on the ground. Now, this, what I'm about to show you was recorded in that moment. So this is a video of somebody who recorded right across the street from us. Now, look at that storm front there. We're literally in the booster juice in this parking lot. So if you notice the storm front there, watch this, though. Within a matter of seconds, watch this. So, sorry, I actually got the wrong video, but that's the beginning of the storm. But hang on, let me pull out the actual one that when it actually hits. So what you just saw right there is just before, and then right after. It's in my history. Why didn't it play properly? I apologize, guys. I had it properly prepared, but of course, why would this work? Why would it just work? History. Okay, here. Here is another video of it.
Okay, this is about 5 minutes later. I'll post alert in the...
So, guys, this was 5 minutes after the tornado went right through over us. You could see the tornado cloud right there clearly. This guy right here, this guy showed here, latest. He literally, oh man, I thought I had his prepared here. Hang on, wait for it.
I have a tornado in my pants. I love you, Jay. I'm glad you're safe.
Okay, here it is, guys. Here's the actual tornado that was right. Thank you, Dogster. I appreciate it. So I found it. I apologize. I lost it for a second. If you're just tuning in, this is footage of the tornado forming on the ground, and I'll explain it more after, but watch this footage. This is right outside of where we were standing.
This is pure insanity. This is a tornado coming through here, it feels like.
Watch look at that. Look. That is literally the base of the tornado is bouncing along the ground because I've seen it from another angle. And what you're seeing in this footage here is essentially it's trying to make contact with the ground. Look at this.
Holy shit, it's pushing.
Now, this is not my footage, of course, but this literally was right outside of where we were standing. Look at that right there. Now, what you don't see here is where the tornado is, which I'll explain in a second. Right there. You could kind of see it. So that, what you just saw, was adjacent to us. We were in the booster juice when that touched down right on top of us. And I have never in my life experienced that much force of sand. Sand literally was being pelted into you like sandpaper. It went in my mouth. And I had sand in my mouth for like 4 hours afterwards. And legitimately, I had tons of sand in my mouth because it was so powerful when we opened up that booster juice door to let somebody in. I've never been that terrified. So we were standing there, and that came down right on top of us. Now, I wish I could show you what I saw, because I saw that, but I saw it right in front of the glass of a booster juice, and the wind was just spinning, and I watched all of the pressure. Yes, left control says, did you feel the pressure? Well, I got more photos to prove the pressure. Thanks, Raw. The pressure was so intense that across the road, it blew out 4 car windows in 1 second. So there was a guy at this little market called Briarwood across the way. He was putting groceries in his car when that thing touched down next to us, and it was so powerful, it blew the back windows out of 4 or 5 cars in a row. And that is documented as well. I think I've got a photo I could just show you here. It's probably a bit easier. So there's one of the cars. That's the back window.
2004 hurricanes in FL. Charlie, Francis, Ivan, and Jan. I remember I had to do my science fair project during the hurricane with no electricity.
So I have another video to show you. This video is from up the road from where we go hiking. It's going to be hard to tell, but if you look closely in that video right there, you could see it's hard to tell. Let me fix it so you can see it. You can see the rotation of the clouds on the ground in this video. It's scary to see. And this is us where we go hiking. If you look closely in the background, do you see that? You see that spinning? Very hard to tell there, but wait for it. It'll play again. This came in from a woman who recorded it just down the road from me. Do you see the sky there? Look at the rotation. That is a massive cloud rotation. So let me just put it this way. If we would have went hiking like we originally planned to do, we would have been standing exactly in that spot where the tornado also went above. So long story short, hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents in sight. This year had me so mad. I've been bad, got coal that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Love you. How is everybody? Yes, the tornado got back. The tornado got me. Thank you for a second there. I had to use the washroom. So we're standing in booster juice, and I'm telling Jonas, I'm like, this is going to get bad. And Jonas is like, nah. Over the years, Jonas has listened to me talk about thunderstorms and just whatever. he thinks that I'm crazy because I always say this is going to be a tornado. And I do it half jokingly. And we're standing in Booster Juice, and all of a sudden, I see all of the dirt in the parking lot just outside the door start to spin. Like it looks like it's going one way, and then more of it comes around, and it looks like clouds on the ground. And I'm like, that's a fucking tornado. Like I'm looking at a tornado. It just came down right on top of us. And it was so powerful that the dust was hitting your face. It felt like sandpaper in I still have it in my mouth and my teeth. Like it went everywhere. It was in my nose and our ears and our hair. It was like just this massive rotation. So all of a sudden I watched the dirt go from, spinning, like a spinning feeling to it, to all of a sudden everything lifted up. And that's the moment where I was like, okay, that's a fucking tornado legitimately, because that's not supposed to be happening in a windstorm. Things don't just randomly go whoop. So it was going in a rotation like this, and then I watched it go whoosh up. And that's when I was like, oh shit. So we ran into Booster Juice, and there was this old lady who was like, my husband's in the car. Do you think he's safe? And I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, he probably is. He's probably, safe in the car. She's like, I need to get him. I'm like, you can't go outside. There's a tornado right there. Like, we can't see it, but it's coming. It's right there. And we're holding the door because it's like, dude, and the wind is going like this. So all of a sudden, I'm like, let's all run into the walk-in freezer. That's the staff inside Booster Juice has been told by officials, if there's a tornado, go in the walk-in freezer. So, dude, all of a sudden, Jonas, myself, and these two girls and this old lady are like in the back of a Booster Juice, while outside the window, I basically see Wizard of Oz. Like, you can't see out the window. You just see cloud and dirt, and it's massive. It's not just like little pieces. It's like the whole window cell is just a stretch of dirt. And I'm like, I'm going to die. For 5 seconds there, I was like, well, wait a second. What if this tornado does touch down right on top of us? It's going to rip the roof off. I'm like, okay, now I understand why it is called the finger of God, because I have never in my life experienced that much power. And you feel it. You feel the fucking pressure, guys. Like the pressure just went and everything just rose. So we ran in the back room, and you could hear it out the window. Like you could hear it through the vent system. It sounded like a train, just like, and I just sat there for a second, and you could hear it start to like get less and less. So it started to get less, and I'm like, okay, it's passed. So I run outside to see if it caused any damage. Thankfully, it officially didn't touch down. It touched down just after us. So I ran outside. I went to all the places. I'm like, tornadoes, stay inside, get under the thing. And I just like watched it from outside. Never once thought to grab my phone for some reason. I guess that goes to show that I'm not one of those YouTubers who's like, oh, you got a tornado over there. I'm going to film it. So I didn't film it at all, which is silly. I should have filmed it. I'm a YouTuber. You guys would have lost your minds if you saw that footage. But I was just in the heat of the moment. So this old lady was with her husband. Everything was fine. All the women that were at the bread place were fine. There was a physio place. The women were fine in there. I basically made sure all the women were fine.
That guy's gay. Thank you.
Then, all of a sudden, not even 12 seconds later, there was probably, I heard like 3 fire trucks, police everywhere, all over the city. So, long story short, I'll show the map again. I know the trail it took. Let's watch this video one more time. This is how powerful it looked. Now, in the video here, it doesn't look like anything. You're like, that doesn't look like a tornado. Well, look. He's right. This is the edge of it. Right there. If I pause it, look at that. That is incredible to see now. So the tornado touched down. That tornado touched down right here in the center of town. It went all the way up this road here, straight down the road, it looks like. It took out multiple trees. It took out all of the lights along the road. They're all scattered along the road. It got down to where we were. We were right here. That video you just saw was right here in Wendy's. We were across the street and down a little. So Booster Juice is right here. That's where the video was. The tornado looks like it went right along this main road because this section right here is where it officially bounced off the ground. Get this, though. It bounced off the ground here and officially made ground when it landed all the way over here. So it, we're talking like Kingsmill area, the middle of nowhere. So this tornado essentially bounced through the town, didn't really make landfall until after in a little town called, I don't want to dox people, but it's, I have never in my life experienced that wind. Like, I've been at the beach when it's windy and you get sand in your face and it's annoying as hell. This was insane. Like, it was pelting into you. It hurt. Just sand hitting your face. So that really isn't the whole story. There was a whole other tornado that touched down just north of my house here in London, Ontario. Now, there's no great footage of it because when it showed up, it just turned the whole town into a giant sort of like foggy mess. So if I look up London, Ontario tornado, this is what happened in London, Ontario.
Did the tornado give you a good sucking, Jay?
Yeah. How did you know, buddy? Here you go. Here we go. So this was just north of us. This is, okay, you guys know where I go hiking? This is literally 4 fields above the hiking trail. Look.
Right there.
I'm going to turn the audio down, but if you go to the beginning again, that's what I saw outside of the fucking... I mean, I can't believe I was in that, standing in that. Look at this. This is just where we hike, guys. Is it not funny that I made a joke about a tornado showing up and then a tornado showed up? This is now the second, or no, this is the third time I've done that on stream.
I see Alice spinning around inside with her house.
Oh, no. So here's some of the damage video. So that right there, what you're seeing in this single video right here, that right there is the bottom spout of the tornado touching down. That is exactly where we were standing right here. Look at that. That's right in town. Tornado developing right in town. Look at it. I can't believe this footage exists. I'm glad that somebody recorded it. So
absolutely, the tornado sucked Jay off till he went.
What is with you guys? Everything is perverted. Tornadoes are sucking guys off. For the love of God. Anyways, who's still here? Appreciate you guys. If you're just tuning in, I survived a tornado with Jonas. And there's footage. This is the actual footage from London and St. Thomas. Now, Belmont, that's 5 seconds up the road from here. Look at that. I so wish I had my video camera for this stuff, but God almighty, I didn't have it. Now, that's in London, on the edge of town. Some major trees fell down, but this is the footage coming up next. This is St. Thomas. Ready? 3, 2, 1. St. Thomas. That is Port Stanley. That's how scary it was down there.
Absolutely suck. Tornado, suck.
This footage right here.
Next stream, Jay jokes about finding $1 million and hot goth chicks.
Dude, I should do that. Evan, that's a good point. So right here, this is the actual footage of it touching down in the parking lot. Like that's freaky, dude. That's what it looked like right there. When we looked out the window, that's what we saw. Dude, it's, you know, people don't realize you can't see a tornado unless there is some sort of debris or dirt, because it literally is just wind. So what we saw in that parking lot was major rotation, and it touched down after the fact. Yeah, Dan, that happened in Belmont. I know where you live. Dude, some of that was in Belmont. All right, so thank you. What was that? Hang on.
Tornado slurp, slurp, slurp on Jay's dick.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Congratulations.
I'm here talking about tornadoes. I risk my life to be in a tornado.
How did you miss this? You could have had a killer live stream.
Dude, in the moment, you don't think about live streaming. You think about surviving. And when that is on top of you, when you literally see this outside of a window, and I'm not exaggerating, this is what happened. That's outside of a window. You do not want to go outside. You do not think about filming it. You don't think about any of that. When you see something like this right there, that was right over my head, guys. That was over our head. You don't think about filming it. So I didn't think about taking my phone out. Dude, if I would have filmed the footage I saw, it would have been insane. Yes, we fake scripted the tornado.
Absolutely. Jay's dick is big enough to fuck a tornado.
Oh my God. Nervous wreck, I love you. Did you make sure Terrence is okay? No. So Evil Dan, I know that you live close to me without doxing you. That's the shit that happened in town yesterday. So, yeah. To anybody out there that thought I was kidding about this, that literally was on our head.
Jay spun that tornado around and rammed its rear.
I almost died in a tornado. I almost died in a tornado, and this is the thanks I get. Pixel Boy shows up and gives me $2 to say that. You know, we risked our lives to be in that tornado for you guys. I can't believe it. Steele, how are you, buddy? I can't believe that we were in a tornado yesterday. And it didn't really cause much damage. Well, it did. It blew out tons of windows, and it also took the power out across town, and it knocked over multiple street lamps. So there's a mess downtown. In fact, we just walked down that area, and then 5 minutes later, it was just covered in trees. Bro is, dude, it's A&W. What do you... All right, BRS is here. Nice to see you. We got the Booch here.
Boochie.
Next time, stay home. Guys, remember I told you if it got bad, we would live stream it? I apologize. If I would have live streamed that, that would have been the craziest live stream you've ever seen in your life. A fucking tornado came down on our heads. I wish I could just print out my memory and show you guys. There was one moment that gets me a little shaken, and that's when I saw the whole front window of Booster Juice, and the whole thing basically had these clouds right like this outside the window. I saw that right on the window, and I thought, this window is not going to hold that. You know, I was just waiting for the moment where everything shattered, you know, so we ran into the freezer. And I think we were in there a good 60 seconds, waiting and waiting and waiting. And you could hear it outside. You could hear it through the vents. And it was loud, guys. Fucking sound like a train. Just... And it slowly dissipated. I ran outside. I tried to look. I saw I saw people like
Road
just
covered in trees, and Jay covered in tornado cum.
I can't win with you. I can't win. Yeah, Nightbreaker says he would have shit himself. Dude, you know, and this is where I want to talk about being heroic. I saved Ionis's life yesterday. if he hears me in the other room. No, I definitely made sure that all the women in the area were okay. Enraged Gecko, you missed it. A tornado hit my neighborhood. This is what it looked like.
Absolutely, listen. Come to the States and let's go to Tornado Alley, see some big boy sky noodles. Now come one baby and do the twister.
What? Sky noodles? Listen, I am definitely not coming there to see this.
In an adjacent town next to us, a contractor doing work under a home found a human skull. Police were contacted and an investigation is underway.
Holy shit, dude. Really? So if you guys are
Did
just
any
tuning
of
in,
those women return the favor with a BJ?
just Ionis. Just Ionis. So if you're just tuning in, you're watching video right there, specifically. That video right there you're seeing, that's over St. Thomas. That happened right above our heads. And then this was just north of the city. There were, they're saying that only 2 tornadoes touched down yesterday, but I'm convinced it was more than that. No, it's not. I swear that's not AI. These are actual videos of what happened yesterday here. So if you're just tuning in, a tornado touched down just north of us and just to the east of us, and it was forming above our fucking heads at Booster Juice. Yeah, they say that only 2 touched down, but I'm convinced there was like 6. Because I've looked at the debris across the whole, greater London area. I mean, dude, that's St. Thomas right there. Like, look at the rotation in that. That is just freaky. Now, of course, in Canada, where I live, specifically where I live, there usually is no tornadoes like this, guys. There's no massive tornadoes that touch down. It's very rare.
You know, we have a twisted show when you try to talk about getting blown around by a tornado, and Jack keeps saying you were literally fucked and sucked by one.
I was. Banshee, dude. Thank you for all the messages, by the way. I never imagined while we were hiking in the day that I'd make a fucking joke about tornadoes coming, and then tornadoes showed up. So in Canada, where I live, I think the total amount of tornadoes that I've seen across southern Ontario is maybe 6 over the last 30 years. Tornadoes are not common in this area. And yesterday, I feel like at least 3 funnel clouds plus 2 tornadoes touched down. I saved Ionis's life. He's lucky to be alive. Now, here's what's crazy. We almost walked home from Booster Juice, and we literally would have been in the main section of where that touched down, and we would have been on the sidewalk, and we wouldn't have seen it come, and I don't know what would have happened. Trees fell down, poles fell down, car windows due to the pressure shattered. It was freaky, dude. And get this, that wasn't even an F1 tornado. I'm guessing it was, I'm guessing this. It must have been 100 miles per hour winds right where it touched down for a second, because that dirt hitting my face, I'll never forget the feeling. It was like sandpaper. It just felt like sandpaper. And we almost got stuck outside. So if you're just tuning in, I'll show it again. This is yesterday, right? This is 10 minutes up the road for me. This right here. This footage is 10 minutes up the road. That's in a different area. That's London. That's about 20 minutes up the road. That's also London, 20 minutes up the road. It took down massive fucking trees. Massive trees. That is 15 minutes the other way down the road near Lake Erie. But here, the last clip here, what you're going to see is St. Thomas, and that would be my town. Right now, that is St. Thomas. Look at the rotation right in town.
Absolutely, I'm late again. Can you restart the stream?
Listen, so that rotation you see in the video there, about 15 minutes later, east, it touched down on a little road called Putnam Road. They have confirmed it. So I don't know how they go.
I will ravage the country of Canada with tornadoes until it becomes the 51st state. Make Canada great again.
Make Canada great again. Is the tornado okay? Yes. So get this, guys. That tornado touched down 15 minutes after us. 0 casualties. Thank God. I could only imagine if this was a real tornado. What you see in the footage here is a tornado, but it didn't touch down in our town. It kind of skipped it. And you could see the rotation in the footage. It's scary as hell to stand underneath that. You know, just knowing that that's going to come down and be a tornado, the sound of it is it's so scary. So if you've never heard a tornado, guys, it sounds like nothing you've ever heard. Tower Dragon, thank you for the support, dude. I appreciate it. Now, I also talked to the landlord after the fact, and I was like, is the church strong enough to withhold a tornado? And he said that they have double refined the outside walls of this church, and I kind of do believe him because they have turned it into essentially, it's the shell of this church is a shell, and then within the shell, they've created walls in the shell. So it's like double reinforced walls. So if a tornado came here, all it would have to do is rip the roof off. But thankfully, in the basement, we'd be under multiple layers. So hopefully we'd be okay. But I can't believe in one day alone, that many tornado warnings. I have a total of 7 tornado warnings on my phone from yesterday. Every fucking 10 minutes. Rant. And dude, I've never experienced this. They turned the tornado sirens on in
Jay
London, Ontario.
impregnated a tornado. The babies want their dad.
You guys, and I can't even have one serious stream. Like, I can't even have one serious stream. I don't even have one gifted membership. You know what? I think you guys have given up on my career. I survived a tornado. I saved Ionis's life, and we don't even have one gifted. The only reason he's alive is I held him. I held him during the tornado. All right, so I know a lot of you are out of the States. Is there anybody that watches my show that has been in a tornado, legitimately? Let me know in the comments. I'll roll that footage one more time so you could see it. Dude, look at that. I just can't believe it. All right, so General Carvel says he was in a tornado. Can you elaborate on that? Also, 1's 2 cents. Jay saved a woman too. Thank you. I saved an old couple. No, I didn't. They were there. There definitely was an old couple in. So there was a guy in a car, an older guy in a truck outside. I went outside and I was like, dude, I'm getting tornado warnings. You getting them on your phone too? And he goes, yeah. And it says it's on the ground, man. Ladies and goddamn gentlemen, the one and only Skyrim has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Skyrim. You're a man, and you've taken us from 0 to 5. I appreciate that. If we're lucky, we'll make it to 6 by the end of the stream.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I survived a tornado. I saved Ionis's life. Skyrim, thank you. It went to Nightbreaker. Oh, it went to... How did you do that? Guys, he just gifted 5 fucking members. Listen to this. It went to Nightbreaker, Grim Timmy, Mr. Steel, and then he gifted himself one. How do you gift yourself one? What the fuck? Ionis was clearly a hero. Dude, he's in bed right now. The wind almost picked him up. I saved his life. Yeah, he's lucky to be walking, too. It picked him. I had to pull him down. The tornado picked Ionis up. Is Wallet Guy okay? That's another good question. Well, considering the fact that right here in this footage right here, this right here is literally where I used to hike, like on the stream. This is just past the fields up there. So I'd hate to be hiking. Okay, I've kind of learned my lesson about something now. If I'm ever hiking and I get a tornado warning, I am going to shit myself because I have never experienced that power right in front of me. In fact, standing underneath the pressure system of a tornado like that, it scared the shit out of me. If you guys are just tuning in, this is footage coming out of London, which is 15 minutes up the road, just south of us 15 minutes. And then there's also footage from St. Thomas itself. I should have live streamed this. I'm so stupid. That right there, that's Port Stanley. That's towards the Lake Erie side of town. That right there is London. You could tell there's trees down everywhere across. You know what? I'm pretty impressed that there's not a lot of damage on the houses here. Now, what you're about to see right there, that's St. Thomas. So that was right over our heads. So I wonder where Vapist is. Imagine Vapist was the only guy that got sucked up into the tornado, but then he just like used the tornado to get high. He just like somehow he could
Imagine if the tornado reveals Wallet Guy's liar.
His lair? Could you imagine all of a sudden there's like a door opened up and we went down there and Wallet Guy had all these skeletons and the tornado was outside and we ran and Ionis got kidnapped and that's why he's not on the stream today? Or maybe I'm Wallet Guy. And I got Ionis today.
Ionis is lucky to be walking after last night. Wink.
The tornado being the ultimate bong rip. So how are you guys? I haven't really asked that. It is true. Gecko.
Wallet Cash. Benisham Street 17 Ionis owe you a lifetime supply of your dick and his ass.
What?
The membership alert siren is going to cause his post-traumatic stress. Look out for tornadoes up in the clouds. Eyes.
Gecko, thank you for the support for a second.
I survived 13 tornadoes in one day, 2019. Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, you were in that. Wasn't that tornado fabulous?
That guy's gay. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. I now understand, Gecko. I don't know, Gecko, if you've ever been in a tornado or you've experienced that type of wind outside your house, it's this moment of wondering when the fucking windows are going to shatter. And I stood in a booster juice, saving Ionis's life, as we looked outside and saw this. We saw that outside of booster juice. And I reached up to Ionis and I held him as the tornado tried to suck us off. And I saved that. I saved that son. I saved him. So Finn, yeah. So pretty much, guys, you know, we went on that hike. I said there was going to be tornadoes. Little did I believe that there'd actually be tornadoes. I was just kind of joking around a little bit, thinking to myself, there'll be nothing too serious because we always get serious storms here every year. Now, it's escalated, which is kind of funny you guys bring that up because we've had some bad thunderstorms here over the last 6 years, but yesterday's was not a bad storm. It was very unsuspicious. It just looked like a regular storm was approaching, and the only reason that I considered to be something that would be lethal is because we were getting alarms on our phones saying there was a tornado on the ground. Other than that, there was no way to tell.
I've been in a lot of hurricanes and tropical storms. They sometimes spin a tornado off.
Dude, then you know. Oh man, that sound I'll never forget in my life. Gecko, dude, we're standing in the booster juice, and you just hear the wind. And it sounds like just howling, but it sounds like a train. Just this like, just this sound. And all of a sudden it like dissipated and it dissipated and it dissipated. And eventually I'm like, I'm going outside. So I just looked outside again and you could still see that in the air, but it was like past us. And I was just like, we just got hit by a fucking tornado. That was a tornado. But we were lucky because it wasn't really a tornado. It was like the beginning of a tornado touching down. You could see in the video that I've shown you guys a few times here, you could see the baseline of it starting. So this is actual footage from St. Thomas. What you're seeing on the ground there, you can see slightly in the air a curve right there. That curve is the tornado, and it is clearly trying to make ground here. Look. That's what was over top of us at Booster Juice. I wish the video was longer, but it's just a small little video somebody captured of it. And, you know, in the moment, you think about the weirdest things, guys. I was thinking about what if the roof comes off? What do I grab onto? I was thinking about the other girls that were working there, the young women that work there. I was like, they're probably shitting themselves. Then I thought about the old lady who was trying to get her husband out of a fucking truck in the parking lot. What? Ladies and gentlemen, we have bad news. Guys, read that. Go ahead. Zaylin says, so, I got fired yesterday. This is not a joke. Come join me in my van down by the river and tornadoes. Are you fucking kidding me, Zaylin? You got fired?
You're fired!
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Zaylin99 has been fired again. Now, I'm just saying he needs a job. We need to get him a job. Has anyone ever beat off in a tornado? Oh my God, why did I read that out loud? No, I'll be honest. If you shot a load into a tornado, it would just disintegrate into particles. That's how crazy the wind was. Yeah, he got fired again. Dude, I'm in a tornado saving Ionis's life, and you're out there getting fired. What is this? Tower Dragon, how are you, buddy?
A few years ago, there was one that touched down near our house, maybe 3 miles away. When I opened the door, I couldn't close it because of the pressure difference.
Dude. The pressure from what we witnessed yesterday, it blew out 5 car windows in a parking lot just up the road. So I think it touched down for a second. And dude, I know exactly what you're talking about with the pressure because we were holding the door to the booster juice and it was like, I think Ionis and I had to both hold the door for a second because, dude, you feel the pressure go like, ooh. It's so weird. All of a sudden, you're just like, ooh. And it's so powerful and spinning and... Dude, now, it was surreal because I've watched documentaries about tornadoes. It feels like, you know, if I experienced like 1% of a tornado yesterday, I would hate to feel 5%. If that was 1% of a tornado that we kind of lived through, I can't imagine what even 5% would be like. 1%, it was like sandpaper, just dirt. And dude, it went in my nose. It went down my nose. It's in my ear. It took like an hour in the shower to clean out my fucking ears after. There was sand embedded in my gum line. I had to rinse my mouth for like 3 minutes. Dude, it was absolutely crazy. And the best part about it is that I was making fun of the fact that a tornado was coming maybe 5 minutes before. I'm like, we're screwed. We're done. Tornado's coming. Sheetrock, how are you? Tornado's coming. Tornado's coming. And the girls inside were like, that's fine. And Eonis was like, yeah, sure it is. Sure. And the one time that I was adamant about it, a tornado touchdown. So let's just get this straight, guys. Now on stream, officially, I've said there's dead bodies. We found multiple dead bodies. I've said there's tornadoes. I'm going to say this publicly, and I know I'm going to be right about it. You ready for this? Guys, can you throw a like on the stream, by the way? I appreciate the support.
It went in your mouth, your nose, ears. So much cum. I want you inside. And I fuck you inside and out.
Oh, God. Tower, that's crazy, dude. So thank you for the support, Tower. I appreciate you. I hope... Dude, did that storm, the pressure outside, did that fuck up your house at all? I don't think so, right? You said that it didn't, thankfully. So, Tower Dragon, thank you, dude. Are there a lot of tornadoes in Canada? Dude, no. Watch this. How many... How many tornadoes does Canada get per year? The answer to that is across Canada, between 60 to 100 that touch down, most of which are in southern Ontario, and then the rest of Canada would be Alberta, Saskatchewan. So they're not normally...
Tag max velocity in that video. He'll explain it.
Tag max velocity in that video? He'll explain it? What are you talking about? How do you tag him? Just like this? So what's his name? Max velocity? Hang on. I think I did it. Okay, yeah. So based on the research I did here for 5 seconds, it says that Ontario is the #1 spot for tornadoes in Canada. Now, I have personally never, only once in my life have I seen like cloud on the ground. Other than yesterday, I've never witnessed what I witnessed. So it's extremely... In my opinion, it's extremely rare.
Most of the tornadoes in Canada happen out in Alberta or the prairies where it's flat. We have gotten a few in New Brunswick.
Yeah. New Brunswick, you got a few out there, Nate. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Appreciate you. Oh, Gecko's lost it.
I was attending a job site orientation a decade ago, and a tornado touched down a few miles away. One guy had a fiberglass bed cover on his truck, and the wind ripped it off, slammed it against the building, and it split in half.
Dude, that's fucking powerful. Gecko, thank you for the support, dude. I didn't realize that you were in Tornado Alley there. So you're working that's insane, dude. Fiberglass is some of the toughest stuff ever created. And it hit the wall and shattered in half. Dude, listen to this, Gecko. Back in 1984, I was 3 years old. I don't really have memory of this. I kind of do, which I'll explain in a second. But there was a tornado in Barrie, Ontario, which was my hometown. And it was so powerful, it killed a guy in a cement truck by picking up the cement truck legitimately with a full tank of cement and throwing that truck into an industrial building, killing this guy instantly. That's how one guy died. I believe 6 or 8 people died in this tornado. The tornado, and this I can take account for because I've experienced it. You never know when it's going to happen. And some people in 1984 died because they were just mowing their lawns and they were not looking the correct way. And I know some of you would be like, wait, what? Legitimately, it comes down so quick that you don't even know. Like, it's, dude, I'm not kidding. Within a second, you're in a tornado. And just the second before that, everything's normal. All of a sudden, boom. And it killed multiple people that were like cutting their lawns and doing gardening. It picked them up. It picked up one guy, did a full rotation. There's video of it from one of the towers. It's brutal. Not of his death, but like of the tornado coming in. And it picked him up and threw him around, and somehow he got thrown into his own garage against the brick wall in his garage, and it split his head in half. And the only reason I know that is because they used to tell tales about this when I was a young kid. It used to scare the shit out of me because I thought another tornado was going to come and get us in the same area. So we used to read about it in school with the newspapers and stuff. But, dude, it killed people in brutal ways. Another guy got cut in half by a tree. Another guy got thrown into his house. Most of the people that died got either thrown into their house, which is odd. Because normally a tornado will rip the house apart, and most people don't die from the tornado itself. Obviously, it's debris. But most people don't die from the tornado crushing them by the house falling on them. They die from the debris, cuts them in half, or it's like a blender. It blends people up. And in Barrie, Ontario, everybody was outside. So the tornado picked people up outside and just swung them into houses dead instantly. And it killed 8 people. It hit a small little subdivision and just fucking annihilated it, killed those people, and it was gone. It just went back up in the air. So that was let me see if I could find something here. Barrie, 1984 tornado? Was it 84? Listen to this. The tornado, okay, 1985, guys. So the tornado that touched down in Barrie, there's some photos of it. It killed 8 people. It caused 155 injuries, so people went to the hospital. And it cost $400 million in damage. But here's what's crazy about the tornado in Barrie. It was an F4 tornado. So if you don't know what an F4 tornado is, that's the fajita. Is that what they call it? What's the F scale called? Fajita? The fajita scale? Fajita. The fajita. What is it called? Somebody's going to know it. I call it the fajita scale. Listen, it's an F4 on the fajita scale. It's a category F4 that hit Barrie. Can you believe that? An F4 hit Barrie. Fajita scale. So, so an F5 tornado is usually about a mile wide. An F4 is under a mile, but it's still massive. And it's strong enough to basically lift a house up, which it did do in Barrie. It lifted up multiple houses. So, yeah, that's my only experience with a tornado when I was like 3 or 4 years old, right? After that, the only other time I ever experienced terrible fucking weather was when I moved to St. Thomas, Ontario. So I moved here and there's tornadoes. I moved here, there's serial killers. What else is there? What's next? What am I going to see in my life next? Yeah, that is Final Destination shit. Like, so after the tornado hit Barrie in 85, they did research in everybody, and they found out exactly how people died. Fajita scale. Listen, fajita scale. So yeah, the fact that went through and it was a massive tornado that nobody even saw coming is what's scary, man. I now know what it feels like to hear a tornado warning go off and then be like, oh, there it is. It's right on top of me. Now, I'm just going to say this. I wasn't too scared of the situation. It wasn't that scary. The only moment where I was actually scared for my life was when we were in booster juice and I saw the front window and I saw essentially the base of the tornado swiping across the window. I was like, my thought process was like, the roof is going to come off and it's going to suck us out. So I was like, everybody get in the walk-in freezer and grab onto something. Because, like, you know, if the building falls apart, we're going to be safe at least. That was my thought process. So other than that, it was just this wild event, guys, that I wish I live stream. I didn't. If you're in a concrete building, chances are good, says, well, we're in a new building and in the moment of things, I didn't think about if it was going to save us or not. I was just like, I feel lucky that we're inside. We almost walked home. Dude, I can't even imagine what it would have been like. We would have been literally on the fucking middle of the road when that thing came down on us. And I honestly believe that we would have been in deep shit. So we're lucky that I saved his life. Saved Dionys's life. Bigfoot sighting is next. Dude, if you're just tuning in, there has been multiple reports of a Bigfoot just west of where I live. How can I report?
Absolutely. Let's be honest. You shit your pants when you saw that tornado. Seriously, though, how common are tornadoes in Canada?
They're not. Thank you, Uncle Mike. I did shit myself. They're not common. Like, you're lucky if you see one. You really are lucky if you see one. So I'm just going to do this live, okay? This is a website called bigfootmap.com. And on Bigfoot Map, you're able to go into the map and see every single location where a Bigfoot has either been seen or reported. Now, if we go into my area, I'm going to show you guys something crazy. Here's St. Thomas. That is St. Thomas. Look right here. Right there. And then there's a description. Guys, right in St. Thomas, listen to this. This is a Bigfoot sighting in St. Thomas in 2018. I'm just putting it out there. Listen to this. Let me blow this up here.
Are you looking forward to Evil Dead Burn?
Oh yeah, dude. I'll get to that in a second, but listen to this. Is there photos? Yep. Look. This is in St. Thomas, guys. That's the footprint. Look. There's actual photos, and there's the footprint. And here's what it says. I was walking on Elgin Trail, which is a trail that we can hike on September 15th, 2018. I was absolutely flabbergasted by the numerous and clear visible TP-like structures, one as tall as 15 feet.
What if the killer that has been stalking your community is actually Bigfoot?
Dude, don't even bring that up. Guys, could you imagine the Bigfoot going around town? Is Wallet guy, and he's just eating people? Tower Dragon, thank you for the support, and thank you for scaring me now. I appreciate that. So let me just get through this quickly. Listen to this. I came up to some large trees in the trail, blah, 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 blah. Here's where it gets interesting. I came upon a very clear barefoot footprint that appeared fresh. There was no one else on the trail, and I was on the trail for 4 hours. After seeing the footprint, the hair on my neck stood up, and I started filming the trail as I walked down it. I got my iPhone out. The photos that I have here are grabs from a video of me walking on the trail. I just I just filmed the other footprint, raised my phone to point it back at the trail, and continued to walk. More than 2 years later, while reviewing the film, I slowed it down and discovered a tall, dark figure peering from behind the trees, appearing to be watching me. And this is his still imagery from that video. Now, there's the footprint too.
Please call Rich and tell him to stream I Need Man.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So guys, that's in town. That literally is in town. But here's what I wanted to show you. I told you guys just recently that there was more sightings of Bigfoot. And here's one right now. This was from last week, I believe. May 14th. May 14th. Just outside of town. I was riding, so somebody was riding down the trail here using the railroad tracks at 8:30 EST, encountered a large humanoid creature roughly 8 to 10 feet standing. Then it quickly ran into the bushes east. The creature was only about 200 to 300 feet away, just north of Shedden. Elevation has the time. Here's the clear markers of where it was. So here is another Bigfoot sighting that just took place. So I'm just saying, watch this. This is also just up the road. Here's another one. This was in, I don't know the time this was posted. Report. Teen recounts possible encounter walking along the park in Ingham County. Recent sightings in your area. Look at these. St. Thomas there, Bothwell. That one is scary. That's scary because I know where this is. And that is, I was driving home from work. I saw a 7-foot reddish brown creature walking behind a house going into the garbage. I'm not saying Bigfoot's real, but I'm saying that I think the next thing we do on these streams is go after Bigfoot. What do you guys think? Do we do it? Do we start hiking and looking for Bigfoot? What if we find Bigfoot? Seriously, there's been 3 sightings in the last little bit here. There's missing people, bodies are showing up. Is it Bigfoot? Listen, the logs have to come out. I'll be right back. The logs are coming. Ladies and gentlemen, return of the logs. Man, my nose is... I think I told you guys... Fix this. I think I told you guys last week here. I have to get surgery on my nose. So, I have a deviated septum. I have a bad deviated septum, so my nose runs like crazy. Yes, I didn't wipe my anus. My anus is not clean right now. Caldahead says, please call Rich. Tell him to stream. I need a man. Listen, I have no idea who you're talking about. Who is that? Never heard of him. Tower Dragon says, what if the killer has been stalking your community is actually Bigfoot? There's a possibility it's Bigfoot. Caldo, thank you for the support. Uncle Mike, thank you. Raw Dakota, appreciate you. Enraged Gecko, nice to see you. Nate, appreciate you. We got Glamorous Frog here. Thank you. Nightbreaker, Tower Dragon, thank you, 1 2 cents. Skyrim, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate that. So, if you're just tuning in, I saved Ionis from a tornado. Ooh. I did. Yes. So now I know what it feels like to be in a fucking tornado. And I don't want anybody out there to feel like they've been in a tornado. Let me turn the air conditioner on here. It's a little hot in here. 1 sec. The home hub is not responding. Well, that's good. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Why would I want my accessories to work? Oh. Hang on.
Listen, raise 5 prices then. Raise the price of BSN. Then stop porting exclusives to PC. What's Sony smoking? No competition for Sony, so raise price.
This generation of consoles is the worst I've ever seen in my life. And I don't think anybody in the chat's going to disagree with that. Andrew, thank you for the support. I appreciate that. PlayStation 5 prices are going up again for PlayStation Plus. They've also announced that they're going to stop producing single-player experiences for PC, which everybody was saying PC was the next...
I'm awake. You can start the stream now.
You know what? You're fired.
You're fired!
Dream.
So yeah, Malik in the chat says something crazy, and he says, it's clear to me that the Switch has won. I think what we're starting to see here is that people are so fucking sick of Xbox and PlayStation pushing the limits of graphics with diminishing returns over and over and over that we're now at the point where a game can't have a graphical leap that they used to have back in the day. And I don't think anyone cares about those graphical leaps anymore. Do you guys even care about the graphical leaps in this stuff? Like, the Switch 2, in all essence of what it is and what it does on the go, is like one of the best devices I've ever seen in my life because it can do PlayStation 5 graphics and everything in between. And do we necessarily need better graphics than that? I think that like maybe one more iteration could help the Switch 2. You know, like a Switch 2 Pro model, that's where I would draw the line.
I just took some magic gummies, we.
Oh, no. Somebody get down to his house and help him. He's going to be on the gummies all night. Look at him. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Gameplay over graphics. But graphics do add some emotion, too, in my opinion, says Drummer Cream. Listen, you're fired, Cream.
Cream.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, when you can play a game like Cyberpunk on the Switch 2 and it fucking runs the way it runs, do we need more than that? Are we at a point where we don't need more than that? I'm kind of hearing someone Gecko would say. Gecko, let me know in the chat, do you think we need a PlayStation 6? Like, what are we doing now? How many of you guys are going to even buy a PlayStation 6? Oh, shit. Raw Dakota.
Hey, Geff, about graphics. if it's fucking boring me.
True. Ladies and gentlemen, you see this hat? This is a serious cowboy hat. This is as serious as it fucking gets. One day I might wear it on the show. I might wear it, if you guys are lucky. Thank you, Raw Dakota. Raw Dakota has gifted 5 goddamn members. We're now at 10. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that very much, man. Thank you. Seriously, I do. Without people like Raw Dakota, we'd be living in the river just like Zayland. We would.
Ahoy, be sailing the number 1 sea among water. It be the American sea. Har, 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 it be out here for a gimp shooting ropes off me plank.
Listen, what the fuck? Where have you been? You son of a bitch. Thank you for the support. Let me play this one again. Banshee, thank you.
Enough about graphics, if it's fucking boring me.
I agree too, man. So, you know, I've always wanted to say this for such a long time, and a lot of people would assume that it's not the best thing for me to say because I'm in the industry, quote unquote, from a degree here. But I'm just going to say this. The only company that's kept it real since the beginning of video games until now, unfortunately, I have to say this, and you guys will be like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Jay's fucking into the Nintendo again. But, dude, Nintendo has made massive mistakes. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to what gaming is about, I honestly believe that the only company that's ever kind of nailed that concept and held it through to a degree is Nintendo. Now, that's not to say that they're like perfect, because Nintendo is far from perfect. We all know that. But look at the Switch 2. That's exactly what we needed right now. Maybe a bigger, a bigger fucking battery on that thing would be great, right? But like Nintendo is notorious for doing stupid shit too. Yes, the Wii U sucked, the GameCube sucked. They're not perfect, but from a software aspect, come on. If you're going to name your top 20 games of all time and you're a true gamer who's played all of them, from PC to console gaming to arcade, a lot of your list is going to be Nintendo games, whether you like it or not. And if you say it's something else, then maybe you're lying. You're lying to yourself. Nintendo is going to be up there for a lot of people. Not everybody. There's a lot of people that also could be like, dude, I can name a top 10 without naming a Nintendo game. But for me personally, growing up with Nintendo alongside Nintendo, I feel that it's the only company that still sort of cares to a degree. Or listen, Nintendo now is listening more to the audience than they've ever done in the past. And I give that a round of applause. I do. But again, Nintendo's never perfect. So don't take this as Jay's lost his mind and thinks Nintendo's the best. But dude, I mean, Nintendo's the only system I'm constantly picking up. I always got my Switch 2 on me because of the amount of indie games on there. I don't touch my Steam Deck anymore, and if I ever do, it's only so I could play Nintendo games that are from the fucking 80s. That's just how I feel. Love Nintendo games, says Left Control Gaming. Nice. So is Nintendo the winner of the whole console generation this time around? I can't. I don't think a lot of people would say yes to that. Would anyone say that? Julie, how are you? Finally got a Switch 2. I love it. Bigger working original Switch. Absolutely. The Switch 2, in my opinion, is just a pro Switch, and that's all it needed to be. I was going to get a Switch 2 due to Pokemon, says Julie B. Well, I mean, that's another aspect of why people buy Switch games or Switch systems, but it just needs more games, says Cream. I rather play games at 300 FPS.
PC is always the winner of every generation.
Now, is PC winning now? It is. you know, PC is the best place to play most of your games. But first-party Nintendo games, is PC the best place to play them still? Not necessarily, and I'm not going to get into that conversation. Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, the best place to play Nintendo games is places, not just on a Nintendo system. But I'm not going to, you know, let's not get into that. So, you know, all of us are going to go to our deaths debating on which was the best system, which was the best console, which had the best games. Dude, it actually is a little bit more tougher than you would assume it to be. Because you might just say Nintendo takes that. Nintendo's had the best software. Haven't they? Well, let's just look up something here. Which company has the highest rated gaming software? Now, ChatGPT could be lying. We'll have to check it up. But, you know, of course they come back with this. The most critically acclaimed games. It goes like so. Nintendo, Capcom, Sega, Square Enix, Rockstar. That is according to the number one games. What is that? According to Metacritic's published rankings. Square Enix was rated number 1 in 2025. Historically, though, Nintendo is often viewed as the king of the high-rated games, with franchises like Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, and Legend of Zelda. They also hold the highest Metacritic scores of all time.
I agree. PC will always be number 1 unless we are talking about console exclusives. Nintendo is number 1. Sonny has been lazy this generation. Birds.
Omar, thank you for being a member for 27 months. I agree with that statement. Nintendo has not been lazy. Microsoft, we are about to see a new Microsoft, and I hope that it goes somewhere, because I'm guaranteeing this. If Microsoft does not turn around Xbox in the next 5 years, Xbox is going to turn into software only, and we're only going to have PC, Nintendo, Valve, and Sony battling it out for number 1. Xbox will go bye-bye. Which I don't want to see. I truly don't want to see that. And Gecko, hang on, I'm going to make sure that plays. Thank you, Gecko. Just resetting it, my friend. I don't know why it's, you know, it's not actually working like usual. Are we fucking surprised?
I convinced my brother to buy a PC. He got a decent used pre-built for a good price and uses my Steam library through family sharing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay, you know what? Gecko, I'll get to yours in a sec. I'll play it, buddy. Omar, thank you for the support. Gecko says Nintendo, oh, we'll get to that in a second, but you convinced your brother to get a PC. He's playing on family share. Dude, what an amazing value. Is he onus okay? We're going to have to look into him. We're going to have to look into it. But what I was saying about Xbox is they have no opportunities left. They better nail it, right? Gecko said this. Thank you, Gecko, by the way. I love you.
Nintendo could make a tidy sum if they released a retrocade game where the player has to buy each title via microtransaction.
Oh boy, oh boy. You know what's funny? Julie B has become a goddamn member. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate you. Also, Julie, how are you doing? So, Astro, that's cool that your brother got a PC. I'm glad that you're letting him use your family sharing. That's an amazing feature. If you guys don't know, family sharing allows you to use other libraries on Steam. So if you want to go out there and get a used computer and just play some games, you might have a good friend that'll allow you to get on their list. That's a cool feature, man, especially if you have multiple PCs in the house and you have children. family share is the way to go. You're sharing the games with the family. That's it. We're not buying 20 copies of one game. Now, Gecko said Nintendo needs to make a retro arcade system where you can unlock each title via a microtransaction. Dude, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know why Nintendo doesn't release, and this would be incredible. If they took the original NES and just put it in a box and it could read actual cartridges, but it had an online store in there and you could rebuy, and it had HDMI out, a Nintendo system where you could download all the games like you're saying, dude. And not a mini, like an official. And then they did it with the Super Nintendo, and then they do it with the GameCube and everything else. Dude, you know how many people would buy those goddamn systems and just fucking buy those games off those systems? Probably more than you would assume. You know, a lot of people right now would be like, no, I wouldn't do it. But dude, let's get real. If Nintendo released an official NES that had a store built into it where you could buy the games for like $5 each, $2 each, people would be all over it. But here's the kicker of what Nintendo needs to do. They need to physically re-release the NES collection of games. That's what would drive the sales of that console, guys. And then the Super Nintendo version, look, Neo Geo is about to do it right now, and it's sold out. Neo Geo is about to release the Neo Geo console that not a lot of people had back in the day. So some of those carts are $3,000, and now they're re-releasing them to be $80. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you quickly here. To the people who don't know, Neo Geo released the AES back in the day. I'll just show it. It's much easier. So this is the new Neo Geo that's being released, and it's brand new. It's $249. I think the price is probably in Canadian here. No, this is US. So these are US prices, guys. So you can buy the AES Plus for US for under $300. The arcade sticks, you can get it in white, the anniversary white. But here was the collection that was insane, but it's sold out. Look at this. It was the console. It was all 10 games wrapped up nicely in a package with a book. Look at that thing. Look at that. As a fan of Neo
I just
Geo,
want to say 2 trillion to Israel.
So being a Neo Geo fan and looking at that, it's sold out, guys. Guys, it cost $1,000 out of stock. It came with 10 games, 2 controllers, the system, and I believe the arcade sticks, 2 arcade sticks, and also one of the game pads. So if you're telling me these things don't sell, that's just Neo Geo at $1,000. Could you imagine Nintendo?
I pre-ordered the Ace Ultimate Edition and the White Anniversary Edition.
Well, that's wild. Enraged Gecko, thank you, my friend. Dude, can you do us a favor? Because, like, I didn't buy that. You know, I wanted to buy that limited edition, but it would be $1,400 Canadian if I decided to buy that thing. So I didn't buy it. Also, I think somebody's super chat didn't go through there. Nightbreaker, your super chat didn't work. Highest meta... Oh, that's why. Because you're saying weird clit shit. Dude, you can only do that using my tips. If you do it in super chat, it won't play it, my friend. So I apologize. I can't. Well, wait, maybe I can. Hang on, let's try it. So how is everybody? You guys having a good week? Jonas and I have been watching David Lynch films, and boy, oh boy, some of them are hard to get through, but you learn a lot about filmmaking. Who gives a fuck about how long a scene is? David Lynch, man, what a director. All right, I apologize, dude. It did that. It's not even showing up on my feed at all. So thank you for the support today. We're at 12 now. 12 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, guys. What was I going to say? Yeah. Perfect week except the rain, says Waffle Guy. So what I was saying, guys, is if you think Neo Geo selling out is crazy, it is. It's 2026 and Neo Geo systems are selling out. Dude, that is fucking insane. Now, going over to the games, look what they're doing, man. This is crazy. Magician Lord, classic. Absolutely classic. What's the price tag? $100. Metal Slug. I mean, the list just keeps going on. King of Fighters. I can't believe this is a system coming out. So imagine Nintendo doing that. Oh, dude, I would buy a Super Nintendo within a split second. If I had the ability to play original games plus re-released ones. That would be incredible, guys. So I'm glad you guys are having a good week. We got a lot of weird stuff happening this week. Lots of weird stuff. So this Saturday, I think, don't hold me to this, but I think that we're going to beat Resident Evil 0 on stream this Saturday. Gecko and I, Vapist and I, Gecko and I slept together. He knows about it. Well, he doesn't know about it. Well, I mean, that would be weird if he didn't know about it. He knows about it, but I don't know if he agreed to it. Jay, if you could, would you tell the producers to fuck off like David Lynch does? Absolutely. There's a very famous scene with David Lynch telling the producers to shut the fuck up. And it's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. Watch, who gives a fuck about how long a scene is? Let's see if this clip pops up. Here we go. Listen to this. This is great.
If you want to cut the time down,
What is this with everybody?
No.
What is it? Really?
You want to cut the time down.
What is this with everybody?
You want to cut the time down.
What is this with everybody?
You want to cut the time down.
What is this with everybody? What is it? Really? Why?
Now look, everyone in the room could tell David is about to lose his mind. Watch this. So if you're tuning in, this is David Lynch with the producer. The producer's telling him, maybe we should cut the scene down. And this is what David Lynch says.
I'm serious. Fucking
Everybody.
Wait a minute. That's the wrong clip. That's like a rave of him. I just want the clip.
What is this with everybody? What is it? Really? Why? I'm serious. Fucking A, man. It drives me nuts. Who gives a fucking shit how long a scene is?
That's great. So if you didn't know about that, David Lynch was notorious for telling producers to shut the fuck up on set. Because a producer's job is to essentially say, hurry up, we don't have money for this. And David Lynch is just basically like, who gives a fuck how long a scene is? I love it. Yeah, I love that. I love that clip. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that. Who brought that up? Somebody brought that up. All right, so Enraged Gecko said he ordered the AES Plus limited edition plus the white anniversary edition. Dude, you doubled up. That's some serious dedication. So in closing, yes, if Nintendo ever released classic systems that let me play old games on them, I'd buy it in a split second. I'd buy it in a split second. It would be fucking crazy. Nintendo is Nintendo is a darkness that leads into the obscure. Sir, that's my David Lynch. Truly a man of culture who only gave a shit about his artistic integrity. Dude, the most, I would say the most influential filmmaker that I personally have sort of dealt with here in my search of finding the best filmmaker for me to learn off of was David Lynch. David Lynch has an attitude for art that no other director has. So if you guys want to get into filmmaking, look up David Lynch interviews. You'll learn so much about the process. So much about the process. It's so fucking incredible because he knows everything. He knows every aspect of what you should be doing. And he said something to me, well, he spoke to me in a way. And he said the one line that stuck with me the most. And he said, life in itself is always going to be abstract. So it's okay to make abstract films because life itself is very abstract. And that personally hit me. I realized that while most of my films will quote unquote make sense, not all of them need to make sense. Sometimes you can make it kind of confusing.
I'm happy that I pre-ordered the Neo Geo-ish system.
Oh, you did?
The 6 games and the memory card before it was already sold out.
Dude, you got that? You didn't get the white one, though. Well, the white one's going to get all marked up. Dan, it's amazing. You only got 6 games? You didn't do the 10? Anyways, joking aside, dude, you're getting 6 games with that? That's going to be like a couch co-op multiplayer fun event that, like, you haven't had that forever. You know, I guarantee it. Like, when's the last time you had an event with your friends like that? You know what I mean? It's going to take a while. You know, it's going to show up. Dude, you do it for me. Get your friends over there. Have popcorn. Have nachos. Get it all over the consoles and make sure your friends are there. Ooh. Oh, the fucking owl's back. Ooh. So did anyone else buy the Atari? Or sorry, the Neo Geo? Yeah, I'm sick of Atari making consoles like that. I never would buy any of those. Look here, listen. Roman says, look here, listen. Become M. Night Shyamalan and remake Night of the Living Dead, but with aliens. That's literally what that movie is, Signs. I love that you pointed that out, by the way, my friend. Uh-oh. Insomnia.
Absolutely listen, make it clap. Make it clap, I said.
Congratulations.
Insomniac, thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, there'll be no clapping today. I'm still a little strung out of the fact that I was in a tornado. Can you guys believe I was in a tornado and I didn't fucking film it and I didn't live stream it? How stupid am I? Like that, guys, that's really stupid. Really dumb. If you guys saw what I had seen, you would, I think most of you would be in shock. It was absolutely terrifying. And I saved Ionis's life in the process, so. I know. Here, Mr. Steele says this, Jake. He says, Jake. Me? Okay, I'll pretend to be Jake right now. Jake, could you imagine how many gifted subs you would have got saying that you risked your life and you're about to die in a tornado? You should have taken advantage of the situation, Jake. Yes, guys, I honestly should have came on stream today with like bandages on and fake blood. My nose was like full of blood, and we would have put Ionis on a side table dead. Now, God damn it. See, that's what we should have done. Thank you. My name is Jake now.
I've been watching quite a lot of David Lynch films. Oh. And yes, I do agree. I like watching interviews about him.
Yeah.
And that famous clip.
Dude, he's got more. If you want to watch some good, Dan, thank you for the support, by the way. Insomniac, thank you. Dan, I appreciate your support. If you want to watch something cool, Dan, look up David Lynch, but look up David Lynch documentaries. There's a few. One's called The Art Life. Dude, go watch that stuff. You learn so much about David Lynch and like where he came from and how he got into it. Also, I think it was on one of the Blu-rays I bought recently, his short stories. Those are fucking batshit crazy. So go look on YouTube, my friend. One of them's called The Anniversary. There was another one called The Woman or The Husband. They're crazy. Like, you could see David Lynch losing his mind as he's making them. So they get pretty fucking serious. Gecko, thank you, buddy. What is he saying?
You could have been the next Bill Paxton, but you blew it harder than the tornado did.
I know.
Hash no recording.
Dude, the fact that I didn't record it
Jake.
is stupid.
What did you do with Jay, you imposter?
Listen, Jake is fine. He's in the basement. I put some pasta down for him. He's been eating it off a plate. Jake is 100% fine. Speaking of which, where's my cat? Baby. I put her chair out and everything. Well, it's not like I have my phone on me. Oh, I did. Yeah. You guys can make fun of me because the biggest regret I have from yesterday is the fact that I didn't film it. I'm so stupid. You know, I almost brought my camera when we first left, my photography camera. I don't know what happened, guys. I just decided not to do it. It's just the dumbest, it's one of the dumbest decisions ever. I know. Hindsight 2020, Billy. Dumb.
Absolutely, listen, raise the price of super chats because your last two projects flopped harder than a fish on the deck of a boat.
Don't be poor in Jay's chat.
Wood, who are you talking about there? Your last two projects bombed. Who's that? Is that a Rich joke? And also, wait, we got to get to the bottom of this. Who raised the price of their super chats? Sony? That's who did it? Sony. I thought you were taking a swing at Rich. It's funny that that's the go-to now. You're like, hey, somebody fucked up. I'm like, was it Rich? I don't mean to do that, but we're always so used to it over here because we share the same audience, and you guys always come over here, and you're like, you wouldn't believe what Rich did. I'll be like, what? And you'll be like, Rich put a burrito in space, and then the burrito fell from space onto the top bunk, fell in the top bunk. The pug broke into the room, ate the space burrito, turned into an alien, fucked his brother to death. Then intro guy showed up, saved the whole house of fire, and then the pug fucked intro guy, and he's dead.
Jay's pussy.
That's what I'm used to. All right, Misty, how are you? Finn, how are you? Nice to see you. Roman, how are you? We got Wood here. By the way, Wood, how are you? Glamorous, nice to see you. Nightbot, thank you, Nightbot, for firing me. I appreciate that, even though I fucking own you. Raymond, nice to see you. Alan Jones, appreciate you here. What's your name? Cab Kisser? I've never been through a tornado, but growing up in Florida, there have been a few hurricanes. Dude, I can't imagine what a fucking hurricane's like. A hurricane is like a tornado, but constant, from my understanding. Just wind, right? Didn't intro guy die? I don't think so.
Didn't intro guy die? Always die. One fish zest.
What the fuck was that? Okay, we're losing it, but no. Gecko, thank you for the support. Intro guy has not passed away. You'd think he would. All right, so let me ask this question. I played about 20 minutes. By the way, hashtag thank you Xbox. Thank you Xbox for sending over a copy of Forza Horizon 6. I've played about 15 minutes only, just the intro, and I could tell instantly it's probably one of the best to date. And you could tell that right away. How many people are playing that? And yes, I will be playing it on stream next week. Yeah, that was a TTS stroke. I'll be playing it on stream next week, so I hope it's good, but I've been hearing nothing but good things. And then secondary, a lot of people are telling me the new Batman game, Lego Batman, is fucking spectacular. Waiting until my next paycheck. Dakota, what happened? You gave me all your money? Not on PS5 yet. Well, isn't it coming? it comes to PS5. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people are getting it on PS5, it looks like. But
Intro guy passed after he saw Rich's micro call.
Okay. Intro guy is dead. I didn't know that. All right, Twiz 360, how are you, my friend? I hope life is treating you much better than the last couple of weeks, and I hope that you have some good thoughts in your head, and I hope that you're healthy. And if not, I'm going to come down there and fuck you. I was going to say because you're weak, but there's consent. I'll be quiet now.
Playing the new Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core LFG.
Oh, shit. There's a new one? Insomniac, I didn't even know that. I know that the last game did pretty well and a lot of people fucking enjoyed it, but I haven't been playing it. So if you guys don't know, Jonas is staying. He doesn't want to be on stream, which makes sense because he doesn't like any of you guys. That's a joke. I think he took too much edibles or something. I don't know. Listen, I like you, Jay, but not like that, buddy, says Twiz. Fuck. So I didn't know there's a part 2 of that. That's crazy. Wait, why? Wait, why are we not Fortstering right now? Oh, it's because OBS is too hard to navigate, right? Don't fire me, says Zayland. Zayland is, he's lost his mind. He's been fired twice, and he's actually losing his mind, guys. I'm a little worried about him. Also, YouTube is just batshit crazy. I just want to say again, you know, over the last 2.5 years, there's been multiple times where YouTube is a disaster. And I think right now, this is the lowest it's ever been for notifying people to come out to the streams. I'm not the only YouTuber dealing with this, so I'm not going to make a big deal. But like, if you look at Rich's streams, the numbers are low. My streams, the numbers are low. Everybody's streams, the numbers are low. And that is because it is also summertime. So, to the people that are tuning in, thank you very much for that. Yesterday, I learned a lesson about not walking around during a thunderstorm outside because we almost got killed by a fucking tornado. Intro guy is not dead, says Phil's lost DoorDash shrimp. Thank you for letting me know about that. I thought he was dead. Somebody thought he was dead. No, wasn't it Gecko? Gecko thought he was dead. All right, who else we got in the chat here? Dude, I'm drinking so much water. Tomorrow on the show, which is Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday and not Monday. Monday and Tuesday I'm off. But we're going to be hiking maybe, depending on the weather. I'll be honest with you. If I see thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, guys, I'm not going hiking in that shit anymore. I just watched like 3 tornadoes almost kill me. Ooh. Fucking owls. Why is there so many owls? Ooh. Ooh. All right, Miss, nice to see you. So yeah, I was going to ask you guys also about the Batman game. I'm a huge fan of Lego Batman, of course, but there's a new Lego Batman game, and it's open world to a degree. I'm hearing it's incredible, but it's also a little bit redundant. Anybody playing The Dark Knight Legacy?
Oh, I told you, he died when he looked at Rich's micro.
Listen, I have unfortunately seen his micro. All right, Billy says it's basically Arkham Light. So they took Arkham, they mixed it with Lego. I'm excited for 007. Dude, 007 looks good. I'm playing that on the show 100%. Also, guys, let me say this. Sony has made the announcement that they're doing a June 2nd live stream to show off Wolverine and a couple of other things, so I'll be streaming that for sure. Was it an impressive micro? No, Rich's penis was just small. It was like this, little boy, little thing here. You just go like this to it. That's it. That's it. Yes, but I haven't seen it in person. Oh, lovely. That's great. Haven't bought the new Resident Evil remake. Amy, how are you? Destruct, nice to see you. Uncle Mike, nice to see you. Sorry, the chat's like acting weird there. CST, nice to see you. Appreciate it. Oh, Dead Alive. Dead Alive is finally coming to 4K. If you're a fan of Peter Jackson's Dead or Alive, also known as Brain something, it's got two names, then get ready. It's coming to 4K. It's about fucking time. All right, CST says, how are you? Well, other than being hit by a tornado yesterday, I'm feeling okay. You know? Not too much to complain about. So I took off Sunday, Monday, so I could hang out with Jonas. Today is Wednesday. No, wait, I took Tuesday off too, didn't I? What is it, Wednesday? I don't even know what date it is. That's the problem. So Jonas and I have been hanging out. It's been nice for me because I don't get to see a lot of my friends out here. Did you survive the tornado? Yes, I did, unfortunately. Dead or Alive as in the fighting game? What the fuck are you talking about? What? Uncle Mike, nice to see you. Insomniac, thank you. What is he saying? Oh, dude, are you... Does anyone believe this, guys?
Bold prediction. Sony dips next gen and Xbox rises.
The chance of that happening, man, let's discuss that for a second. The chance of Xbox rising above PlayStation numbers, there's no way in hell. Even if the Xbox somehow magically was good, I don't think that anybody is going to go out of their way to buy a next Xbox console. Does anyone feel that way? Like, even if it was an incredible Xbox and it had everything we ever wanted out of an Xbox console and the new Halo game was fucking spectacular, all of those things lined up, I still don't think Xbox could outsell PlayStation 6. And that's just based on the principle of what happened in the last generation. I think that we're all fatigued on console gaming, and I think the only console manufacturer that's doing well, who is going to do well in the next 5 to 10 years, is Valve and Nintendo. Valve with the Steam machines is probably going to sell way better than they assumed, but I'm still going to say this, and a lot of people are going to be like, Jay, you're right, but we don't want to admit it. The Steam Deck, in terms of sales, is not even a fraction. Like, look, let's look this up. Steam Deck sales numbers. They've never made them public. But here's the thing about it. The Steam Deck has sold an estimated 3.7 to 4 million units since 2022, which, if that's the case, is not cutting it at all. So do I think the Steam machines are going to come out and sell 5 million? No. I don't see the Steam machine selling more than 4 million units in 4 years. I really don't. And that's where people are like, PC is the best. Yes, it is the best, but PC is not the best for marketing to people that only buy consoles. It's a very niche product. I agree with what you said there, Raw Dakota. The Steam machine, the Steam Deck, extremely niche products. So, moving forward, there's no way that they sell anything close to Nintendo or Xbox or Sony. It's not happening.
Rich and Jay have action of mice and men. Jay takes Rich out to the forest. Talk about the birds.
Yeah, I know what that means. Listen, Lewis, come down here and fuck me. Are you new here? If you're new here, there's issues because I just said that out loud. Guys, somebody... No, you hear that outside? That was Black Sheep.
Keep coming!
All right, Lewis, I don't know if you're new here. I don't know if you got pants on, but either way, I appreciate you.
Gavin Steam creams everyone who buys a steam machine.
What the fuck is going on?
I got my new shirt. I sent a pic to you on Discord.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my broken TTS. Let's look this up. He's got a new shirt. So let's see what it looks like. Carvel has a new shirt. I'm opening it now. Let's check it out live. Oh, you showed that shirt off. You already showed the shirt. Here's his shirt. There it is. Now, I have no idea what it is and what it means. We'll look at it again. Gecko, thank you. What's Gecko saying?
The next Xbox console is supposedly a PC console hybrid with native Steam integration, with backward compatibility via emulation. It's likely going to be a high-end Steam machine with Valve's console geared to casual gamers.
That is the rumor. Gecko's 100% right about that. I'll get to your... Well, here's your shirt. So what is that? Let us know in the comments. I don't know what type of shirt this is or what it's from. It looks like it's probably a comic, of course, but I don't know. Oh, no. Gecko, can you help Raw Dakota? He's tripping right now. So, Enraged Gecko, thank you very much for the support. The rumor right now is 100% true. It's supposed to be a PC and a console Steam machine. They're not going to call it a Steam machine. It's going to be called an Xbox, but you'll be able to install Steam on the box itself, which means it's kind of a Steam machine. Now, it's not called a Steam machine. Let's get that right. It's going to be an Xbox. And what's incredible about the console is that apparently it's going to do backwards compatibility across the whole way. So Xbox 360, Xbox One, original Xbox games, all of those are going to work on this console via emulation. Now, are they going to be able to pull this off in a meaningful way? I don't know, man, because if I have $600 versus $1,200, am I the type of gamer who's going to want to wait to get the more expensive Steam machine, which is an Xbox console, and then get stuck in their terrible ecosystem of games in terms of their stores and the lockdowns that they do and blah, blah, blah. That's a whole other topic. Or would I just want a Valve Steam machine, lower priced, doesn't play the games as good, but will handle a lot of the games, and it's like probably going to be half the price. That's where people are going to be looking in the future. Are we going with an Xbox that's probably going to be $1,000? Are we going with a PlayStation 6, which is going to be $1,000? Or are we just going with a simple Steam machine and a Switch 2? Because in my opinion, do you need that much stuff? It depends on who you like. For me personally, Switch 2 is great. I love it. And I love Valve, but I'm not a huge fan of the Steam Deck. It's a little shitty, to be honest with you. So I don't know what this shirt was, but thank you for showing it off. I like your shoes. Let's see his shoes. Look at those loafers. Oh, it's blocked. Look at the loafers. You can't see his shoes. I'm not going to out his shoes, but look at them. Those are great shoes, delicious shoes, edible shoes. So thank you. And Gecko, thank you for pointing that out. So, yeah, I guess the future of gaming is just going to be extremely expensive. Either it's going to be over $1,000 or half of that. No longer are the days of us getting consoles for $300, $400. It's over. Uncle Mike says it's not a JKB stream unless TTS breaks down at some point. Dude, absolutely. Every fucking time I stream, it breaks down. I don't know what's going on with that, but every single time I stream now, broken. Guys, thank you for the 12 gifted. I appreciate that. We're just shooting the shit today. You know, moving forward, lots of things planned, of course. So this Saturday, we're finally going to beat Resident Evil 0 on the stream. I truly believe that. This Sunday, I was hoping for a Lego stream. I might be able to pull one out of my ass. We'll see if the Lego set gets returned, because I did order a Winnie the Pooh set for you guys, but it got fucking damaged because they delivered it without a box. And it had tape on it. You guys saw it. It was terrible. What the fuck is that? Alan Jones gifted 2 jewels.
Congratulations.
So I wanted to say thank you to Gecko today. I appreciate the support. I always appreciate when he gets in on the conversations because he makes it interesting. So I love the guy. Once 2 cents says, I was able to get a hold of the new Steam controller. Here's what I have to say to that.
Congratulations.
What did you think of the story idea I sent?
Oh, dude. It's funny you bring that up. Listen to this. Listen to this. Hang on, we're going to say it here. Thank you, Uncle Mike, for jewels. Thank you for the jewels. That is... What the fuck is that stuff? Listen to this, and I want people's opinions. Sorry, I'm doing it live, Gecko. I read this already, and I want your opinion. So he goes, the concept of this is very simple. A guy starts having nightmares of murders that don't actually happen, but he starts looking into the victims and finds they really do exist. Eventually, in one of the nightmares, he sees a reflection of himself and comes to discover that the version of himself in a parallel reality is a serial killer. And his memories are, quote unquote, bleeding into the protagonist's dreams when he enters REM's sleep. Eventually, the nightmares start affecting him, and he kills someone too, sort of like a psychological... Sorry, wait. Sort of like I lost my train of thought there. Sort of like... So anyways, he's saying that the psychology affects his mind, because I can't read right now. He discovers that not only to break the cycle, he has to himself before he breaks down and does that again. Dude, that idea, which I'll say it quickly again, he's talking about a man who wakes up one day from nightmares and keeps having these nightmares over and over and over. And every time he has a nightmare, he's envisioning this person who's attacking and killing people. Then he slowly uncovers that the person in his dreams looks identical to him. Then he starts to realize that it is him, and he's a serial killer in another life. At least that's what he believes. But then he starts to commit murders in his own reality. And dude, that's smart, because it can go so many different ways. Every single time Gecko tells me a movie idea, it's fucking money. Isn't that an interesting idea? Because you could play around with the multiple universes, or is he just imagining it? Is he actually having dreams about the murders? Is it really him? Is he just fascinated with it and he wants to copycat his dreams, or is it really another universe? Dude, that movie sounds so fucking interesting. Dude, I'm telling you, you should write novels, man. Every single time you're like, I have an idea. It's about a taco that's left outside of Godfather's house for a month, but then it becomes sentient and it kills him and his fish. But, you know, Godfather's asleep the whole time, and you never know if Godfather did it himself. See, my ideas aren't even that good. Yeah. So, Gecko, that was a tremendous idea. It was a tremendous idea, delicious idea. Dude, that was a really good idea. And you've given me a lot of good ideas. That one was impressive. What was that? Guys, you guys are sending me sparkles and jewels. I don't know what these jewels are. I've never seen the ability to gift them while I'm streaming. So I don't know how you're getting those, but I'm assuming that's mobile. But I thought they were called rubies, not jewels. Uncle Mike says, confirm, Jay is a Canadian cowboy. Look at the hat behind him. Oh, yeehaw. Dude, I had to buy this hat for the stream. My hat was right under my bath melts. Dude, what the fuck is that in my chat? What is that? Guys, I don't know what these gifts are. I have never figured out what the gifts are. Thank you. Hang on, let me check something. Because I know what the gifts are. You can gift them, and they come through the super chat thing here. Let me just see. Earnings. They're called gifts. And giving? No. Partnerships. Shopping, supers, and gifts. Oh, here it is, guys. What the hell? I've made $42 in this month because of the gifts. Thank you for that. All of these like little things you're sending in add up. So Gecko, thank you very much for that, dude. Back tomorrow, of course. I'll be back tomorrow. Thinking about doing a hike? I don't know. Depends on the weather. I'm now scared to go outside because of tornadoes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, dude. Guys, thank you for sending these jewels into me. I appreciate it. Also, thank you for the 12 gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you to Gecko again. Appreciate that. So, yeah, we're kind of all over the place today, just talking about random things. I ordered a new movie. The new movie is called Send Help, and it is the new Raimi, which I haven't seen yet. I'm a huge fan of Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 3, which some people either love it or hate it. Guys, do you like Evil Dead 3? It's actually called Army of Darkness, but it is Evil Dead 3. I am not the biggest fan of Evil Dead 3, or sorry, Dead by Dawn. Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn. Well, actually, no, Dead by Dawn is the sequel. Very confusing. Everybody's going to be like, Jesus Christ. So there's Evil Dead. Then they remade it, and it's called Dead by Dawn, Evil Dead 2. Then they made a movie called Army of Darkness, which is technically Evil Dead 3. But I don't know how Send Help is going to be. Okay, Dead by Dawn is also a song by a metal band. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Never seen them, says Amy. Wow, there's people that have... I can't stand Evil Within. Oh, Finn. Dude, I like the Evil Within games. That was from the maker of Resident Evil, wasn't it? It's not a bad game. So, guys, we got about half an hour left here. Do you guys want to play the new Batman game, 007, or Forza? I'm going to put it in chat right now as a voting thing. And I want to see which games you want to play first. Which goes first? So, Forza. There's Forza. There's 007, which my vote goes to that. And last but not least, Lego Batman. Here we go. Guys, if you could vote, do it in chat right now. That way I could tell. Gecko says check his DMs. It should be. To answer you, Gecko, it should be. Gecko, I'm trying to do it so everyone's there. And we have to have a meeting before that meeting. I'll explain to you later. But it should be this weekend. So hopefully that answers it for you, my friend. All right. Dark Knight Logic says there's a new Batman game. Oh, Lego. Yes. Lego Batman, open world. I love those games. I wish they did a Lego GTA game. That would be fun. Mardizzle says, I want to see a Canadian Spy. Looks like you guys want 007. So 007 releases on First Light. First Light release date. 007 comes out on May 27th. So we're 7 days away. So I guess that's going to be the game. Because it looks like you guys voted 73% on that one. Wow. Bath melts. Are those like fancy bath salts? Says 1's 2 cents. No, 1's 2 cents. Where is it? Where did I put it? 1's 2 cents. These right here, my friends, are bath melts, and they are essentially just wax to a degree, and you break them apart and put them in your bath water, and they hold. Well, this one has lavender and rosemary, coconut oil. So it's coconut oil, rosemary, and lavender. So, well, ones, if you came up here, I would kindly gift this to you. I'd gift this to you, but I'm just saying, he doesn't like coming up here. I'm Black Sheep.
Dream.
He doesn't like coming up here, guys. Why can't we play all three? Because all three would cost $400 in Canada. That's the answer why? We should watch the original Twister movie, says Uncle Mike. No, that's okay. I lived through that. I rescued Ionis from the rubble. So if you guys are just tuning in now, you're fucking late. I survived a tornado yesterday. I survived, and not only that, I saved elderly people, young women, and Ionis. I saved their lives. Kind of. Oh, yeah, Lego City. Somebody gift that. Yeah, somebody gifted that to me on my original Switch. What's this now?
Vote on which game is next, and he'll gift it to Jay.
No. You get Gecko, stop. You've given me enough, my friend. I appreciate the support. You're not doing that. It's way too much money if it's 007. Because I was going to get it on Steam, which I'm trying to get a review copy. It's too much, dude. I can't accept that. Like, you've been also, super chatting like a maniac. I appreciate that. But, dude, come on, man. Yeah. Hang on. 007 First Light. How much is it in Canada? Hang on. Um, 007 in Canada, guys, is $100. So you're crazy. Now, listen. I am so excited for it. So excited for it. And by the way, Gecko, thank you, dude.
He survived tornado and thinks he's king of Canada.
Dude, I saved Ionis's life. You can't fucking deny that. Did I save your life or not? See? He didn't even answer me. Listen, guys, don't take this from me. Allow me to save the life of somebody. You know? Why are you taking this from me? Okay, let's see. Looks like we have only 31 votes. Guys, do me a favor. There's almost 100 people here. Go in the chat and vote on the game you want me to play first. So it looks like 007, Forza, Batman.
I meant the next game after 7 First Light.
Oh, you lunatic. Well, that would be Batman because I own Forza, my friend. Hashtag Xbox. They gave it to me. I'm Black Sheep. Guys, listen, vote right now. Vote in the chat. What's the next game? Looks like it's going to be 007, which is on the 27th. Then we'll do Forza, then Batman. I really want to play Batman. I'm a huge fan of it. How much is that? Hang on. Dude, it's crazy that nowadays, hang on, Batman Lego. That is going for Legacy of the Dark Knight is coming out on the 22nd, so it's actually out in 2 days. Dude, how is it possible, guys? Look at the price of this stuff in Canada. $89 for the regular copy, and then if you want to get the deluxe edition, it's $119 right now. And I guess it gives you 3-day early launch. So if you wanted to play it now, like, how did we get to this as gamers? You know, it's crazy seeing this. Like, dude, that's $30 difference. Fuck that. Learn about Advanced. What is it? How does Advanced work? So advanced copies can be released prior to the official release. Players who buy these from vendors will be able to play the game prior to release. I can't believe
Gifted the Advanced Access Edition.
No. Dude, no. Too much, man. Too much. I can't accept it. You can play it now. Look at this guy. This guy has lost his mind. You know what? Gecko. I'll accept it if you allow me to get you something for a change. For the love of God. Can I buy you something for, like, what do you need? He's a lunatic. Too much moon juice, says Justin. Wait a minute. Dark Knight says I misread his name as Engorged Gecko. Jesus Christ. You're making me fucking choke on that one. Engorged Gecko has gifted me a goddamn game. Dude, come on, it's too much. Buy him some Planters peanuts. Why? Because he's smart like the monocle peanut? I don't get that. I don't need anything. You know what? This guy's too much, man. General Carvel, thank you for that. Gecko, thank you very much for doing that. You know what? Okay, I know. Hang on. I know what I'm going to do. Hang on. Let me make a note on this one. Engorged Gecko. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I got it. Thank you, my friend. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, we have all 3 games now. Well, not technically. I don't have 007 yet. I have to buy that. I have to be a man and step up and be like, Xbox, give me it. And they'll be like, no, you got Forza. And I'll say, give me it. And they'll say no. So I'll buy it. So it looks like we're going to play those 3 games on the show. So those are the 3 games. There's no room for any more. If you don't like it, you're fired.
You're fired.
Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that one. That is fucking ridiculous. Moving forward, though, you're banned from Super Chats.
Poll.
Let's end the poll. Listen, who won? Pass the love is giving it to you and give it to the next person. That's a good point. You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. You'll see. I'll do it tomorrow. Let me make a note of it. Guys, tune in tomorrow in honor of Enraged Gecko. I think I'm going to give away. And I know that it's not the same value. But here's the deal. If I'm able to afford giving cheaper games that I think are spectacular rather than one person get a game, I rather give away a bunch of lower tiered games in terms of prices to more people. So I have said this before, and I'll say it again. In honor of Gecko, tomorrow on stream, we're gonna do some giveaways.
Do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Great idea.
So
Godfather.
I'm not going to say what it is, but there's an amazing franchise, and there's a super cheap game in that franchise. Tomorrow on stream, I will choose at least 5 people to get copies of that game. I'm not going to say what it is. A lot of you probably have the game, and I apologize, but I want to give 5 copies away of it. It's not Devil May Cry. It's a very, very fucking classic game now. So, Gecko, thank you for allowing me to do that, my friend. I appreciate it. So, listen, guys, without Gecko, there'd be no giveaway because Gecko gives me money, and I'm giving the money back to you guys. So, thank you, Gecko. So, tomorrow on the show, 5. Now, just keep this in mind. I know you'll never ask for shit, but maybe you'll win it. Tomorrow on the show, if I try to gift the game to you and you already have it, then I apologize. A lot of you might have the game. So that sucks, but we're still going to do it. Now, here's the kicker, though. If you have the original game already, but not the next game that the studio released, I will give you that game. And that game costs $20, I believe. So it's way more money. So tomorrow on the show, we're going to have a very vampire time.
Jay's pussy.
Vampires. Get the hint? Dude, that's a great idea. So tomorrow on the show, I'll give those games away. If you already have a copy of the first game, you'll get the second game. If you have a copy of the second game, you get jack shit.
You're fired.
We can't sit here all day. Zalen says, I need to win. I'm jobless in a van down by the river and Wallet Man is knocking. Listen, if Wallet Man knocks on your door, he's got his fucking wallet. Just fucking open it. Gecko, you know. Gecko knows. So yeah, Gecko's giving it away now, isn't he? So I'm going to give away copies of that tomorrow. And if it's not Vampire Survivors, it'll be Vampire Dungeon Crawlers. What's it called now? Vampire Dungeons? What is it actually called? It's called Vampire Crawlers. Why do I fuck that one up? Can you give it with the DLC? Absolutely. Depends what you have in your library. But we'll handle it tomorrow. Tomorrow on the show, Vampire Day, in honor of Enraged Gecko. So thank you, Gecko. Who else do we have here? Dark Knight, thank you. Godfather, thank you. Appreciate you being here and having fish. Engorge Gecko, thank you. Alice, nice to see your breasts. Can you give me the cash, says Tim. Cash, what's wrong, Tim? You need the cash? Alan Jones, nice to see you. Enraged Gecko, thank you very much. Forza Maheo, how are you? Mateo? Or how do you, wait, am I saying your name right? Maheo. Ooh,
hello. Squeeze me scallops, aye, my guy.
Zayland, how'd you get fired? Engorged Gecko. I just picture Enraged Gecko with an engorged gecko. It's just he's holding a gecko, but it's massive. It's engorged. I don't know if that means it has a big penis or not, but we'll look into it.
As I fuck you inside and out.
Mahale. It's Siberian for Michael. So am I saying it right? Maheo. I'm saying it right. Listen, yesterday on the show, I wasn't streaming, but I saved people from a tornado. A tornado that landed on our fucking heads. And boy, oh boy, was it scary. So what's everyone doing for the rest of the night on a Wednesday? I know it's pretty dull, and then, you know, people are probably playing a lot of games, having some dinner with your family. What are you doing tonight? Going out to a restaurant, having sex with your wife, watching me have sex with your wife? What is it? Let me know in the comments.
As I fuck you inside and out.
That's the wrong button. You guys remember when that guy on stream said his wife was 500 pounds and I accidentally hit this button? That I hope somebody clipped it because that was terrible of me. All right, Drummer Cream says, already fucked the wife today. Going to hopefully eat pizza. Okay. I mean, that's straight to the point. He's not lying. Raymond says, gonna have sex with my girl. Why is everyone telling me they're having sex? You know who's not having sex? Me. And I saved people's lives in a fucking tornado yesterday, and I can't even have sex. Do you believe this? Mejeo, God damn it. Ronald, nice to see you. Slovenia. You were born in Slovenia. Yeah, it is fucked up. Mejeo is Siberian, but born in... Dude, wasn't there some, like, horror movie in Siberia where people cross a mountain pass or something? You know what I'm talking about. It's a Siberian movie, isn't it? Alice, this is bullshit. But you banged the tornado. I mean, I did get a quick one in. Whatever kills time. Siberia, not Siberia. Siberia, not Siberia. God, there's two of them? There's two places now? So, am I right? There's a horror movie that takes place in Siberia. What the fuck is that? Love Melodin has subscribed. Thank you. Appreciate that. No one subscribes anymore. My career's ending. Alice, nice to see you. All right. Siberia is a part of Russia. Siberia. Dude, I can't say the names. Serbia and Siberia. Two different words. Serbia is a part of Russia, and Serbia is a country, and Siberia is a part of Russia. Holy shit. I figured it out now. For the love of God. All right, Godfather says something in the chat, but I don't know if anyone knows if he's drinking. He says, I also found out my Zolz I got is actually toxic. What are you talking about? Is that a fish that fucks you? What is that? Dark Knight, nice to see you. How are you? Phil's DoorDash. Oh, it's Cora. Coral that goes in the fish tank. Interesting. A soft coral, to be exact. Dude, if I had soft coral, I'd rub it on my legs. I would dress up like a fish and rub that coral in my dick hole. And I'd make myself come with it. Poison or not poison, I would do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very important question from the one and only. He says, question, when your career ends with you joining me in the River, Jay, I got fired because I didn't quit first. Haven't been in a great headspace lately. Yeah, we could tell you haven't been in a great headspace because you're personally attacking me everywhere. But do we need to start a GoFundMe for you? So, guys, Zayland has been fired from his new job, which he had been waiting for such a long time. I honestly feel like we may have to start a GoFundMe for him. Should we? He says, no, I will figure it out. I always do. Dude, you can't live in a fucking van down by the river for your whole life. You know? So, I survived a tornado. You'll survive something. Get him a therapist. What is that? He can live by the river with Terrence. Oh, no. They're turning on you. They're turning on you, my friend. They don't love you anymore. By the way, I watched a whole ton of David Lynch films over the last couple of days, and I would say that my favorite is Blue Velvet. And then Lost Highway is actually growing on me right now. It's super obscure, very weird, obscure movie. It's really weird. I would say that it's not for everybody. In fact, it's probably not for anybody. But it's growing on me in terms of being a filmmaker. I love that whole aspect of filmmaking, that very obscure filmmaking that doesn't quite make any sense. You know, David Lynch always said that life is obscure and it never makes sense. And when you start to think about it, it doesn't make sense. So Blue Velvet, I like Blue Velvet. Have you seen The Ghoulies, says Tim. Yes, I unfortunately have seen the original Ghoulies, and I am not a fan of the original Ghoulies. You know, there's certain movies that you guys would be like, Jay, I can't believe you don't like that stuff. But there's certain movies that came out in the 80s that are fucking terrible. Wood, what the fuck are you talking about? Never seen Blue Velvet. What is that? Oh, God. Blue Velvet is an amazing film noir type film, romantic, ecstasy-driven nightmare. A lot of famous lines come out of that movie, which I won't repeat here, but Hopper is incredible. So, Blue Velvet, go watch it. Extremely crazy. Is Justin still... Justin, you still here? I don't think Justin's here anymore. So Justin and I, listen to this. By the way, this Friday, I'm doing a sleep stream. You guys hit the goal for a sleep stream last week. Thank you for that, by the way. Huge support. So this Friday, sleep stream happening right behind me. The Faculty is a good movie. I love The Faculty. I got it in 4K. RTU Brother Burrito, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I saw Cool World the other day. It was disturbing. Yes, Cool World. What a weird cartoon. Oh, Wood's Super Chat didn't play. Where is it? Oh, that one. Hang on a second, my friend. Yeah, sometimes Super Chats do not log properly. So I have to leave the chat, come back in the chat. Let me see if it goes right. Here we go. Thank you, Wood. Is he going to play it? Here we go. I love that gif of him slapping himself. Teeth. That's a fucked up movie. Come on. Play properly. Wood. We'll get it to work. So did anyone else get some crazy tornado weather yesterday? I doubt it.
Absolutely. Listen, have your career be over and still get more support than DSP during your live streams. Let's go.
Join me in the van down by the river.
I don't know if you're talking about Rich's streams or my streams. I have never in my life had an issue with support on my streams. Every single one of you has made it possible for me to continue to do this. And I want to personally thank you guys, because after the stream, Jonas and I are going to watch some movies and relax again. I want to just say that we all have difficult lives at the moment, and I really do not take this for granted. And I know that a lot of you are going through tough times. And I know a lot of you can't afford to help. I know a lot of you can barely eat food. So for the fact of the matter here is that I'm in a very lucky position where you guys seem to really support me in ways that I can't imagine. I just can't imagine it's still happening after this amount of time. So I just want to say, as cliche and silly as it is, like, you know, I'm a human. I go through emotions. Who gives a shit? We know that. But I just want to make it clear to you guys, because of your support, it allows me to have a life that I feel like I won the lottery. And I'm not talking about the fact that I make a lot of money, because I don't make a lot of money. But I won the lottery at life because I'm able to come here, talk games, and hang out. So thank you. I appreciate that. Ones, I have no fucking clue what you're going on about right now. Burrito Masucci, thank you for the support. Jay, can I see your shirt? Not sure if I've seen that one. So, guys, this is an Argento. Dario Argento. This is one of his later films. It's up there still. It's really good. I wouldn't say it's his best, but it's still really, really, really good. If you put it up against his like heyday, I wouldn't say Dario made a better film than Deep Red is fucking spectacular. And I showed that to Ones. When you first started, you thought people wouldn't support you, told you you would be fined. I told you so. Well, that is true. When I started initially streaming, I didn't think you guys would support worth shit. I thought that I'd get like 5 people watching me. You know, I used to stream on this channel in 2017 to about 14 to 15 people. And while this is not a major jump in that, you know, like yesterday I went live and I had like 100 people watching or 200 people the other day. I don't know what to think anymore. I always think that I'm just lucky, and I am. So thank you. So yeah, to close off that, seriously, thank you for allowing me to have my friend over here and we get to watch movies and hang out. You know, I don't get to see him often, so thank you guys. You know, I paid for the groceries with the support you guys gave me, and we've been eating like champions. Not really. $170 groceries. Bammer says, listen, claim you will play Forza with the wheel, then because it was leaked, what? Now say you won't lay and you scammed your audience. What? Let me guess. DSP said he'd play it with the wheel, and now he's saying he won't. Just be genuine, Jay. That's all we ask. I think I've been pretty fucking genuine over the last 2 years. I think so. You know, you'll probably notice that I don't talk about personal stuff as much. I learned my lesson with that. Eat caviar on our dime. No, we're not eating anything crazy like that. How is your night, says CS. CS, thank you, dude. Well, Jonas and I are going to go watch some movies together, so thank you for that, guys. I hope you guys have some plans for the evening. Make sure you guys eat something delicious if you're able to. Hang out with your family. Tell them you love them. Especially if it's 1's 2 cents.
That guy's gay. Thank you.
But huge shout out to everyone that gifted today. We got 12 gifted memberships, which I'm appreciative as well. Thank you for allowing me to keep this going. It means the world to me. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST as well. I'm not leaving just yet, but I'm just doing the outro because I love you, breasts. So I try to do my best to help you guys. So tomorrow on the show, giveaways. Let's give some games away. And that's in honor of Enraged Gecko. He's been giving so much that let's turn it around and give it back to you guys. Even if they're smaller games, they're like $6-7 each in Canada. Those games are incredible. You have to experience them. So if you've never played Vampire Survivors or Vampire Crawlers, I'm giving away copies tomorrow. Why not? Why wouldn't we do that? Alice says, I wish I could see my family. Why can't you? That sucks. DSP is hilarious, but not in a good way. I agree. Dino, nice to see you. Dino, I've got bad news. Your cock fell on the ground, sustained some major injuries. Thank you, Ones. I love you as well. Uncle Mike, I love you. Caviar is gross. Dude, I would never eat caviar on the fucking streams. Thank you, Uncle Mike. Gave me the F. I don't know what that means. I've never played either. Well, there you go. I played that game a lot. Nice. It's an incredible game. It's an incredible game. First he said the wheel, then he said no wheels, then he canceled the playthrough completely. What's wrong with him? Seals, listen. Listen, anal. How are you, Seals? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Jay will never acknowledge boo-boo kitty fuck. What are you talking about? Seals has just said in the chat randomly, there is like 6 fires behind me right now. Now, I don't want to know if you lit those fires or you're just witnessing them, but get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're okay. Bammers, we got to do that. DSP sold the wheels so he could order shrimp. Won't admit it, though. Ankerfeld, are you kidding about that? He probably returned the wheel. Buy you me around the area. Seals, type that again, my friend. I'm glad you're okay from the tornado. Well, I'm glad you're okay from the fire. Dude, that tornado was crazy. Your streams end. Uncle Mike, yeah, you get to go home and relax. Ankerfeld, thank you. So, guys, are we even fucking surprised that DSP's lost his mind again? So tomorrow on the show, tune in. I'm giving away copies of Vampire Survivors and Vampire Crawlers in honor of the one and only Gecko. The only way you can actually win this is if you're friends with me on Steam. So we'll handle that tomorrow, and at the end of the stream, when I end it tomorrow, I will send out the copies at the end of the stream immediately. But I will need your Steam names. And if you already have a copy of Vampire Survivors, it gets upgraded to Vampire Crawlers. And if you have Vampire Crawlers, you get fuck all. Because then, you know, we'll figure it out. Maybe you get something else. Jay saying he's lost his mind would acknowledge that he even had a mind to begin with. That's true. Nervous Rex says, my dog Pepper just dropped a fresh log on the floor.
Congratulations.
Listen, I'll come down and do a special Sunday recap on Phil's stream. No marathon, though. Listen, Bammers, you want to come here Sunday? We're not talking about Phil, though. Oh, let me know. Message me if you want to come down Sunday. I've got a sleeping bag for you, too. Guys, somebody in the community sent me video proof that they have Grand Theft Auto 6 downloaded. Now, I'm just going to show this before I leave. What am I looking at here? And I'm just going to show you what I saw, because I'm like, wait a minute. How does this person have Grand Theft Auto 6 on their system? Now, watch. Can somebody explain this to me? Scott from chat literally said to me, hey man, I've got Grand Theft Auto downloaded on my system, and here it is. And I'm like, okay, send me video of that, because that seems strange. But dude, here's
showing that it's there. Another screen.
So anyways, long story short, you can download the game. You can download a very small
Absolutely,
percentage of
Jay.
it.
Can I come down and come on you?
Yes. So guys, apparently, if you pre-ordered it in the store, it installs a key to download the game. So as of right now, you can officially download the key license and pay for the game ahead of time and have it on your Xbox dashboard. So that's what we're seeing here. But I'm also hearing that Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed. So that's real. That's real. You can do that, but it doesn't unlock the game. There's no game to download yet. Nightbreaker, yes, you could come down here. Looks like Booch is the last one to donate $1 today.
Boochy.
Booch, how are you? What did Seal say? Seal said maybe he's a tester. No, so I am hearing, unfortunately, that the game is going to get delayed till February. I'm hearing that, but there's still a possibility that it doesn't get delayed. So we'll see, but I'm hearing people behind the scenes start to say that it looks like we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks, but it looks like the game is going to be delayed until February. So that sucks. Oh my God. Grim gifted a membership and it went to fucking Zaylen.
Congratulations.
And you know what? Now we're on 13. Thank you very much, dude. 13 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Tim. It went to Zaylen. Zaylen needs it because he's homeless. He lives in a van down by the river. He has no top bunk. So that's just the way it goes. Thank you very much for watching today. I appreciate you guys tuning in for the tornado stories. I saved the life of Ionis. and he's in bed resting right now. He could barely move. The tornado almost got him. The delay is fake garbage. Well, I don't know yet. I don't know. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're giving away some games. Enraged Gecko, thank you for helping that happen. All right. I love all of you. Let's see who's still here at the end. Also, Grim is the last person to gift a membership today. Grim, I appreciate you. And also, Booch is the last one to do 99 cents today, which means he's still cheap as ever. He's very cheap. He's a very cheap man. Thank you. Tomorrow on the show, I'm going to be showing off a few cool things. You'll see. Also, wait a minute. What? Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only has gifted a membership. Let's get some tornadoes in the background. Hang on. There we go. So it is true. Not only did I survive a tornado, but I saved Ionis's life and an old lady's life and 2 children and a whole bus of children and a few women.
I can't wait to get my Vitcha Hot Beast XR.
What the fuck is that? Where's the tornado sirens? If you gift 5 members, the tornado siren goes off. It's like this. Thank you, my friend. We're at 14 to close it out. Thank you, guys. I'm losing my fucking voice because I've been talking so much. Thank you. We almost got 15, but not. So you're fired. Also, Seals, I appreciate what you just said, but I have no idea what that means. And here's the last...
And later, that old lady gave Jay a gum job.
Various Melons, can you help me? God,
I also survived a tornado on Monday night in Holton, Kansas. Well, a mile from my house. Town was on Good Morning America yesterday morning.
Various Melons, thank you for being a member for 4 months, and that's a fucking crazy story. Survive another... Listen, thank you, guys. I'm glad to be alive. For a split second, I thought I was dead yesterday, but then there was no tornado. There was a tornado, but it didn't hit us directly, thank God. So thank you, Various Melons, for being a member, and I'm glad that you're alive. I appreciate that. What's this? Oh, God, here we go. We're just trying to leave. We're trying to fucking leave. Oh. It's not going to fucking do it. You think I'm going to come down there and touch you? How about that? I'm going to come down there and fucking touch you. You don't like that? I'm going to come down there and touch you. Have Justin arrest the tornado. I phoned him. All right, Grim, it's not going to play that. I appreciate it, though. It just, the TTS is fucked today. Yes, we can. I love you guys. Thank you, Seals.
I can't wait to get my Vitcher Hot Beast XR glasses.
You're going to have to show me those, man. Send me a message on Discord, my friend. I want to see those glasses. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. Hopefully with no fucking tornadoes up my ass. Grim, thank you for the support, Grim.
Jay, can you? Fire.
That was fucking great way to end. That was Winnie the Pooh taking a shit. you, man. Thank you, Graham. I'll see you tomorrow at 5. You guys have a good night. Thank you. I love all of you. Thank you, Booch. Thank you, Seals. Thank you, Glamorous. Thank you, Raw Dakota. Thank you, Enraged Gecko. Thank you, Tim. Dude, that was fucking classic. That got me good. That got us all good. Alice, thank you. Thank you, Dino. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Godfather. Carvel, nice to see you guys. Still moving, nice to see you. It's been a while. You're fucking fired.
You're fired.
Left Control Gaming, Drummer, Punk, I love all of you. All of you are great people. I'll be back tomorrow to have some fun. You'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is going to be quite interesting because I'm going to show off something. And no, it's not my dick. It could be my dick. What the fuck is that?
Congratulations.
Okay, it could be. It could be. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.